Hello everyone and welcome to The Beginning, a D&D 5th edition game played on Roll20. Some stories are legendary, others were recorded several years ago and I'm only editing them now, and others, like this, were never meant to be seen. What you are about to see is our first game on Roll20. It was a test recording made by the Jonin Monkey that until recently I did not know still existed. Unfortunately, it is incomplete, and I pieced it together best I can, so let me bring you up to speed. During a stay at the Swan Song Inn in Darcadia, there was trouble in the night, as an informant to the Lord's Alliance with important information went missing. Our heroes, who originally suspected of the deed, have been hired to track down the culprit and find the truth. A blood trail leads out the top floor window, and its path leads to the dreaded Caves of Chaos, a ridge on the borderlands home to all manner of scum and villainy hidden in caves beneath the surface. As they made their way, they soon encountered bandits on the open road, from a vile group known as the Red Brands, which has become more active with their attacks and looting. Refusing to stand and deliver, the group barely best the bandits and quickly made their way off the beaten track to the borderlands. Here they entered the Caves of Chaos and descended into the dark unknown. It is here where we join the action, in what the group believes to be a goblin cave. Zacharias, a mage played by Sven the Crusader, is currently keeping a concerned eye on Cyril, a dragonborn bard played by the Jonin Monkey, who is looking worse for wear after Karen, a tiefling rogue played by Gordon, flung zombie blood at him from his dagger after previously stabbing an undead giant rat that surprised the party moments after entering the cave. Yeah, that happened. Pamphilio is playing Edok a fighter, and lastly we have Josh playing Lucas, another bard, and if you ask him, he'll say the best. And of course there's me as the dungeon master. But for better or worse, this is the beginning. They are but a little way in, but already they've come across trouble, and that would be in the form of an ogre. They have dubbed him Ollie, thanks to a miraculous critical blast from Zacharias. Ollie was subdued through persuasion to assist them. As he took but a few steps forward, he ran into a trap as spikes emerged from the wall. And that's where they find themselves right now.
We're probably all going to die, but at least the ogre will die before we do.
It's also...
Turns around and looks at you as you say that.
Now, good Sir Ogre, you move like a gymnast.
He says nothing.
But if you could not die before we move any further, that would be great.
The ogre examines the path ahead. As he was previously struck by this seemingly visible trap, he's understandably wary.
Go, Ollie, destroy the goblins.
Would you like me to disarm this trap?
He looks at you and he simply moves aside.
I believe that is his way of saying yes.
I will step up.
Just slowly backpedals.
I calmly take a step out the way.
So you can make a perception roll.
Looks like you already did.
Is that there seems to be some sort of pressure plate on the ground. The activation would be stepping on it. It goes for the full square, which in this case is 15 feet.
Right, yeah. Using my thieves' tools, can I try to sort of pry the mechanism from within, sort of disable it?
You can attempt to. You think if you were able to jam the spikes, the wall of spikes that would push forward, you could prevent it.
Got you. I will try that. 21.
Hey!
Oh my god, Lucas.
You simply turn your head and you whack it with the side of your elbow like the Fonz. You hear a click and it deactivates.
Wow.
After you, Ollie.
Ooh, impressive.
I am, yes.
I wish everything about this cave were that easy.
Indeed. Still, I suppose it makes for a good adventure. Cyril says, scribbling down some more notes.
We should probably stick close, lest he set off any more traps.
Good point.
The ogre moves forward. Sorry, Gordon, you're very quiet.
Let's check out Ollie's room now he's gone.
Okay, you may do so if you wish.
As a fan of reality cooking shows, the phrase "Gordon is really quiet" just does not register.
Do you want one of us to... would you like one of us to come with you, Aaron?
That'd be helpful.
Alrighty, I will go... and so Cyril turns around and says to the others, I'll catch up with you in a bit, and so...
As you turn around, the ogre also turns around.
Can I do a blinding show of prestidigitation on him?
You may attempt to.
I would like to do a little card trick, as it were.
Yes.
This will
Make
be
a
your first
performance
natural one.
Performance check. Bad at those. 26.
Oh my god!
It looks like he may have thought of following you, but as soon as you whip out this magical deck of cards, that kind of entrances...
That's what they're calling it.
Well, in this case, yes.
You whip out your deck.
Oh, God.
This corridor's not big enough for that.
Yes, it's only 15 foot wide.
Yeah, not a chance.
You have dazzled and distracted him. Cyril is able to slip behind the corridor and out of sight with Kay. And there you are. So currently, Lucas, Zacharias, and Edok are moving forward with the ogre. Cyril and Karen are at the secret entrance to the ogre's chamber.
Are there any of us in our little party with the ogre? Can they actually detect traps? Is there anyone who can do that, or is there
I
anyone
can,
who can do...
yes.
Okay.
I'm just gonna back away from this particular trap, because if I get hit, I will squish.
Yes.
I'll follow you, but at a distance.
Well, it was deactivated with a 21, so it should be all right.
Anyone with a good amount of perception is able to. So, from your perspective, Lucas, you can see as you dub him, Ollie moves forward. His eyes catch something towards the left as a small kind of cutaway into the wall leads down shortly. He looks at it, and he looks like he's going to go forward, but then he stops.
Tell me, Ollie, why have you stopped so suddenly?
Gold, he says in a kind of blatant and simple way.
We will give you your gold when it's completed.
He says, no, gold, and he points down the corridor.
I'll move adjacent to him then, or next to him.
Yes.
Probably more green rats, ghost rats, whatever they were.
Probably. We're gonna die.
Good Sir Ollie, you should reach in and receive the gold. You may keep all of it.
He looks a bit wary when you say that. Cyril and Karen, you can see the outline of the door from where you are. There's no obvious mechanism.
Can we try to perceive where the mechanism is? Because it's only an ogre, it must be
can
simple
make
enough.
a perception.
This is as far as I'm going. Sorry, guys.
Huh. 12. Okay.
You follow your finger along the lines of the wall, but you can't quite see the mechanism that would be required. Could be on the other side.
Okay, I guess I can make a perception check as well, so that would be... Oh, let's see if I remember the commands from last time, so... Roll 20... D20... Well, D20 plus 1. Even worse.
Well, it looks looks like we should follow on before we lose the party. We can come back here later.
Indeed.
You kind of do
As Mr. Ollie would
that sort of
invite us
thing-
in.
that everyone does when someone comes across something and fails. You just do the exact same thing. Find no more information.
Information's overrated anyway, guys. It's fine.
Indeed.
So, Lucas, you were trying to persuade or entice the ogre to go forward.
I am.
He doesn't seem very conducive to the idea.
Perhaps I should be a bit more persuasive. May I roll a persuasion check?
You may indeed.
Oh no, it's only an 8.
Why did that have to be your first low roll of the night?
Yeah, I know. Ollie, you probably want gold.
His eyes gaze towards it, and then he does look at you. You get it with your magic! He kind of commands.
Now, Ollie, don't take that tone of voice of me.
God, really? I would suggest the possibility of me picking it up with Mage Hand, but we saw how that went the last time I tried it.
You might
Lucas,
succeed this time.
With your
Well, I
perception,
succeeded.
Excuse me, fellows. I say at this point, I'm roasting up. May I inquire, what's exactly the situation here?
The ogre would like to add to his gold hoard by reaching into one of those rat-infested pits. I'm merely trying to persuade him to do so. I say in front of the ogre.
yes.
Uh,
He kind of nods when you say rat infested, as if he knows.
Tricky. Well, we both have mage and dancing lights, but both of those just attracted trouble last time. Unless, of course, Ollie is also offering to squash the rats in order to earn his gold.
This gives Zacharias an idea because he was the one who sort of intimidated the ogre into persuasion into compliance last time. So I'm going to roll a persuasion check.
You may.
Or would that be an intimidation check? I could just.
If you're going to intimidate him, it will be intimidation. If you want to persuade him, that would be using a more kind demeanor. But he might be less responsive to that.
Yeah. So I'm going to raise my cane and as if to summon a firebolt, and hopefully I don't whiff horribly on this because that would be embarrassing. I rolled terribly on that.
That pause scares me.
I beat him by 1.
He looks like he's not happy about it. But he does begin to move in. When you raise the same weapon that so horribly scarred him earlier, he does start to move in.
Sometimes you need a tiefling to be the asshole.
I step up and go, by way of compromise, Sir Ollie, would you like me to shine a light in front of you?
You're gonna die, Cyril. Don't do it. I'm just sneaking around this corner.
You say that, he turns around.
And gets mauled by rats.
Okay, I will cast a... Hang on, was my dancing orb light still there the last time?
And as you say that, the
Oh, look!
same poisonous rats you witnessed earlier jump out and try to latch onto the back of the ogre.
Ollie, no!
And they miss incredibly.
No!
You may now roll your initiatives.
Oh, God. Alright, dude. You'd think I'd remember this command by now. Roll.
Could be worse.
What is my initiative? 1,000.
Okay. That was pretty bad.
Wow, Lucas, wow.
What's happened to me, guys?
You rolled a 1.
This doesn't happen.
He was so distraught by Ollie potentially being in danger. So.
By the way, whenever MVL said they miss horribly, I expected them to critical fail and then go flying toward us instead.
That's
It was
probably
in the word of a 5 and a 6.
Wow.
They missed horribly, but not incredibly horrid.
yeah.
Not critically.
Alright, Kay, you are the first to act at this point. However, the ogre is providing a large amount of cover for...
Guys, he's got gold on him, hasn't he?
He began to reach for the gold, which is perceivably under the ground. As he did so, he was distracted, turned around, and they came out behind him.
Is
Oh,
there
dear.
any on his person?
On his person, I believe you handed him a large sack of gold.
I think
I'm
he
going to
chucked it
shoot
into
at
his
the
house
rats,
when he left.
but if anything gets hit, then it gets hit.
As you do.
I'm going to flick out the crossbow and go... boop, 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 boop.
So, currently you would need to move to the side to get a good line, and it depends who you're shooting at. The rats would have considerable cover, which will be +5.
That's fine. I either do it successfully really well, or the ogre gets hit.
I
And
see
we're
he's
on
a bit of a
trap
gambler.
The ogre tried to kill me, so
And nearly
Lost.
succeeded.
It's true.
yes.
I'm in -5.
Wow.
As you take out your crossbow, you feel just a kind of unexpected lightness to it, and as you fire, your bolt simply detaches itself from where it was positioned and falls in front of you.
Just droops and
Oh.
falls to the ground.
A lot of men have that problem.
Zacharias, as you say that, it is your action.
I will dart to the cover of this wall instead and start doing what I do, which is launching fire bolts, hopefully effectively.
Yes. Again, is your target the rat?
Yes.
Yeah.
First on the left.
Same issue. They have considerable cover at this point, so +5.
Don't whiff and hit the ogre. Don't whiff and hit the ogre.
I like to imagine
Nice.
it's a shot for nothing.
Effortlessly, you fire your projectile between the balls and shoot the rat.
Nice. Okay, so
Slight
that's
moment of fear catches the eyes of the ogre. Moves the hair on his extremities.
I burned his nut hair off. Nice.
The first one you see erupts into cinders.
Best way to deal with zombies.
Edok, your action.
Protect me, Cone.
Well, being as my ranged abilities, I don't think I'm all that good at. I think I'll just steel myself and prepare for any melee attacks.
Yes, so we're holding your action until you're attacked.
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay. And it goes to them. Rat makes another attempt to maul at the back of the ogre. A pitiful attempt at that. The ogre lurches around and goes to swing its club.
I'm apprehensive about giving the ogre inspiration in case he uses it to then kill one of us.
Oh. On the other hand,
Oh dear.
Was he falling into the pit?
Probably gonna smack one of us.
There are several terrible things that could happen now.
Oh no.
Bitch.
Right, I'm going to draw a critical fumble from my critical fumble deck.
Oh god.
He does his damage.
Does his damage on who?
On
He
who?
brings his club far back, and swings. As he does so, the rat just sees it coming and sidesteps it. His club hits the ground with tremendous force, sending it back towards him, which it slams directly into his face.
Oh god.
He is stunned and falls backwards.
You remember when we was afraid of this guy?
He's currently prone.
Oh, okay.
Zacharias buries his face in his hands.
Cyril, your action.
Okay, I am going to move to the side to have cover on the opposite wall, and seeing the unfortunate display from our friend Dolly, Cyril takes pity on him and gives him inspiration, going for a very simple feat. That goes something along the lines of
His eyes glance at you in a somewhat angry fashion.
oh.
Lucas.
I'm just gonna pass my turn.
Yes. Kay, you're up again.
I'm gonna try to shoot at the rat. What's gonna be easier now that Ogre's fallen over?
Yeah, you have a
Hold
line
on.
on.
Actually, I'll use the Ogre as a meat shield as well.
If you
As
go-
you do.
You can shoot and then move behind the ogre. If you go behind the ogre and shoot, you'll still be giving them partial cover.
Oh, shoot and then do it. Oh.
That is a hit. Do your damage.
Not bad.
Does it help now? I go. Pew-pew!
Your attack hits it dead between the eyes.
Nice.
Destroyed.
He's a demon rat.
Time for a precautionary measure. I light it on fire with firebolt.
You do so. After the combat, the ogre staggers to his feet and steps backwards.
Are you alright?
Perhaps we should do something a bit more permanent with these bodies.
I'd say
Okay. You got food now. Eat.
Oh god, I've lit them on fire though, so they should be cinders.
Correct. The bodies eventually are bone and cinders.
Wonderful.
I step over towards the ogre and goes, how are you feeling, Mr. Ogre, sir? Are you damaged? Are you suffering any injuries? Would you like one of us to heal you?
His eyes don't kind of answer you. They're sort of mid to the ground, looking down. He's groaning and kind of swaying slightly.
Don't worry. Everyone has their terrible days, or terrible weeks in our case.
Zacharias is going to go and retrieve this gold
Yes.
with Mage Hand.
I'd like to calmly try to turn him around and sort of pat him on the back. So I'm like, come on, Ollie, off we go.
Make a persuasion at disadvantage.
Roll 2 20s. Roll 2 20s.
Or a 20 and a 19, that'd be okay.
Oh. Oh.
Ah.
A 9.
Oh, come on!
Oh my god.
In a kind of low tone, he just says, "Fuck that."
Well,
Now, Ollie, don't forget we're paying you.
If nothing else, you have to admire his bluntness.
Down the hole, there was a small amount of gold, more or less just to catch the eye.
Well, better than nothing. And I mean, Mage Hand is a cantrip.
4 pieces of particularly polished gold.
Ooh.
I pass them to Ollie because, if nothing else, an asshole tiefling does pay his debts.
No, I don't.
The other asshole tiefling.
As the gold is passed over, Earl goes, out of curiosity, Mr. Ogre, are there a lot of rats in these caves?
He doesn't answer. He's looking past you.
It just strikes me as interesting as all that these rats seem to know how to, well, for the lack of a better term, lure pretty much any travellers and goblins in their direction.
It might not be the rats.
Ooh, yes. That is a horrible thought I hadn't
Can I
considered.
perceive if he's ill?
There's no need for an insight on it. Ollie is significantly beat up, but that's all.
So he doesn't look like he's been poisoned or anything.
No,
Can I look in the direction he's been looking past us?
you can. It seems like his eyes are simply headed
Oh, so he's sort of
back to
dazed
his
as opposed
abode
to...
rather than forward.
Got you.
He's probably got brain damage after being shot in the face with a fireball.
And hitting
Cooked his
himself
brain.
and hitting himself in the face. Let's not forget.
Yeah, didn't help.
Right, can I stealthily try to reactivate this trap?
You can make a sleight of hand.
I thought for a moment he had rolled a 4, but no, that's significantly
No.
better.
So it's going to be very stealthy. Now make a dexterity check.
Is that just straight up plus dex, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, not bad.
You, as they're speaking, you kind of.
I'll
wedge
use my
something
green
in,
fellow as a...
And you
Sorry?
you try and rejigger the trap back to operation. You get the impression that, despite your jiggery pokery, you haven't re-enabled it at this time.
I'll just spend a few seconds doing that then. I'll use
Okay.
my green fellow there as my cover.
Well, immediately as it stands, the ogre is returning back to that area. He's simply walking past / over you.
Come on, Ollie, we've paid you. Be a
Can I do
good
one
chap.
more check now?
You can just as he's passing you.
Is this a sleight of hand check? 'Cause I got thieves' tools, or is it?
If you will be disguising it, it will be a sleight and then a check to do it.
If he's already on it, I'll just activate it.
Okay, yes. Then just the dex attempt.
Do I get proficiency since I've got thieves' tools for this?
Yep.
Or I'd go for advantage, I suppose.
No, advantage would give you a very if you were very proficient with this exact mechanism.
No worries, 20.
Okay. As he walks past, you fonz it once more, and you jam your elbow towards it. Just enough time for the ogre to turn around and raise his club before the wall crushes him against the other side of the spikes.
I would like to salute him.
You give him a patriotic salute as he becomes simply a squish of gore on the ground.
Oh dear.
Right, well that's that deal, Dwarf.
Well, let's show our gold again.
Oh, that is really... Was that really necessary?
Yes.
So, Karen, make a dexterity check.
I see something happened.
The ogre decided to walk off, and Lucas decided to give him a severance package, for lack of a better term.
Oh, so literally.
Yeah.
Everything was severed from everything else.
So Gordon, Karen, you dash back and you pick up the sack of gold. Momentarily afterwards, realizing that the traps is still active. Nevertheless, you are able to dart and kind of tumble out of the way just before it just crushes you against the wall. You get a good amount of the gold. A lot of it was split and damaged by the crushing, but nevertheless, you do have some of it.
Off in the distance, you hear the faint sound of Zacharias muttering, "You bloody idiot."
Meanwhile, Cyril is scribbling 2 notes in his book. First, write farewell tribute to Ollie the Ogre. Second, make it seem like Kay was reclaiming Ollie's memento rather than being blinded stupid by greed.
It can be 163 gold pieces.
Nice.
Well, at least we'll be gold up if we get out of here.
And we've dealt with the main problem.
Well, we've dealt with one of the problem. We still have a horde of ogres to deal with, not to mention who knows how many rats and what else is down here.
Details. Let's press on.
Indeed. Onward we go.
Can I move onward whilst checking for traps periodically?
But by the way, it's worth noting that Zacharias is absolutely unmoved by Lucas's severance package.
It's a contingency plan.
Indeed.
I've got several cunning plans planned out now.
Chaotic good, my ass.
Emphasis on chaotic.
We are all chaotic good.
I like to consider myself lawful good, personally.
I'm pretty sure Enoch is also lawful good. I'm amazed this party works. I'm chaotic neutral.
I think Enoch is lawful neutral, I don't know.
I've seen you lot getting
Lawful
excited
neutral.
over blood tornadoes excite you lot, so I think you're more chaotic.
I did not do it out of malice or for cruelty. It was meant to stop us being killed on the way out.
I suppose.
Clarify the blood tornado. When they set up camp earlier, there were 2 lanterns outside of their camp during the night, which were activated by bandits, which caused a tornado-like effect. Having killed some of the bandits, their bodies fell into the tornado, which created a blood tornado. It's a very exciting / maddening sight for the party in the early days of their adventure.
Oh, yes.
It was so fucking metal.
And it was so amazing we leveled up from the experience, so...
You did indeed.
GM, can I do some checks
Lucas,
as I'm going here?
perception check.
A 17, good sir.
So directly in front of you on the next square, you can see what looks to be another pressure plate.
Zacharias steps back.
Can I do my Fonz Fang?
You can attempt to deactivate it.
Because of my double Fonz Fangs now, do I get advantage on this?
No, it's the same. You're still not entirely aware.
Just a 10.
Okay. You jam your instrument into it.
Whoa, I would not be using my loop.
That sounds like it would hurt.
Yeah, but the trap
Eventually,
maybe.
you hear a click.
I'm going to step back.
You do so.
So am I.
Does anything happen?
Nothing has happened, but then no one has stepped onto the plate.
Everything
I'm not
alright,
sure
Sir
anyone
Lucas?
will.
Can I go back and grab, or sort of try to drag the ogre's cudgel out and chuck it onto the pressure plate?
There is not a lot in terms of substantial form left of the ogre after the first 2 slats from the wall of spikes.
Did his cudgel not survive you?
No, his weapon was simply made of wood.
Okay, so basically you made yogurt out of the ogre.
Yep.
If you will.
You made ogurt.
Delicious, delicious yogurt.
I'm checking
The
something.
new brand of yogurt.
Right, as far as I know, I've worked the mechanism, but unfortunately I cannot prove it without someone stepping on it.
Whether or not it's deactivated would purely be something you'd have to physically experience without... To Lucas's knowledge, he's done something, he's heard a click.
Cyril steps forward and goes, Sir Lucas, are you alright? Is something wrong?
This trap perplexes me. It's not quite like the other one. I could have deactivated it or I could have primed it. It's hard to tell.
If I just rummage around my pack here, he goes through his belongings. I have this wooden chest here. If I take out some of the contents, put it on the ground, you can throw it into the corridor if you wish.
Delightful. Yeah, I'll do that.
Why are we looking at the weight of this chest?
I don't know. It just says in my kit. It just says chest. It doesn't really.
Okay.
Oh, I haven't. It just says a chest with 5 gold pieces.
I have an idea. Lucas, what about deactivating Ollie's trap, and we can use some of the bodies we got from the dead goblins we could throw onto these plates.
There are a whole bunch of barrels back there, which would probably be easier to get at.
Yes. Well, yes, let's do that.
Any options open? So the barrel or the
I'd
chest?
like to disarm this one again.
You may attempt to.
The chest sounds like it's pretty light, mate. If you're carrying it around, it's not a heavy chest.
At this point, you feel
That is
like
true.
there's such a large amount of stabbing and alteration onto this mechanism that this side is unusable for any tools. Simply too many pieces of metal have been jammed or removed in there to make any modification.
So
Too
let me see if I've. So, hang on. If this trap has been disabled, does that mean our only way back is now essentially cut off?
Yes, but don't worry. I've got a plan. Yes. Can I use my keen intellect to remember the pattern where the spikes came out and see if there's any crawl space or anything?
The spikes themselves cover the whole side of the wall and crush. So you could, with a dexterity check, you could run it.
Could I? You say it's 15 foot,
Yes.
so I could essentially jump it.
You could. In the instance where there's an obstacle, I make it a check. So that would be an athletic check.
Let me just check how athletic I am. I am
Run, jump, and if need be, roll.
not athletic at all.
I'd just go for the chest, honestly.
I think the chest is like a small wooden chest, like tiny one.
Pretty much. It only had 5 gold pieces in it.
Yeah, to carry it around with you, we're talking about 2 to 5 pounds.
I would say just jump it.
So we're going to leave it up to the whims of fate, are we?
No,
Let me
leave it
just
up to the athletic skills of our companion.
Let me just really quickly check a spell. Never mind. Mage Hand vanishes if I'm 30 feet away, and I'm more than 30 feet away from those barrels.
While this is going on, I'm going to try to do a perception check to look at the trap and then try to see if it has been disarmed.
Again, your perception would tell you that the trap is there, because currently, Karen, you're not aware of the location of that trap. You could try and disarm it yourself. That's a thing you can do. So you're looking at a perception to see it.
Do I see it?
You can witness where the seams seem to be on the wall.
Would I roll on to see if I can disarm the thing?
Well, I've got a backup character. Okay? Lucas is going to turn and run and jump over this one here.
Yes.
So he's going to jump this 15-foot gap with a running start. So do I get advantage on running starts?
No, it simply lowers the DC slightly.
Slightly. Can I try to do it so acrobatically by using the wall run?
That would make the DC more complicated. It will look
A lot.
But
Plus,
it would look far cooler, right?
plus, outside of character comments here, if it's a spike wall, that's essentially running on top of the spikes.
I'll run on the other side of it. It's fine.
Oh, God.
Right.
Assuming the spikes are on the same side.
I'm going to turn to my fellow bard and be like, give me a song.
Alrighty. Desperately tries to think of one on the top of his head. Let's see. Do 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 do.
That was beautiful.
Bravo!
But I'm used to giving inspiration dice and not receiving them. Is it an extra d6 onto my roll?
Let's see. I believe my inspiration dice at the moment is, let's see, D6, yes.
Rightio, so flicking my hair back, adjusting my cloak, settling my loot over my shoulder, I'm gonna... When you sing of this, may I be shirtless?
God, if you want to. Oh, as this is going on, you can hear Zacharias mutter in the back, oh no.
Oh, no.
Like a pro, you start your run. Your hair flinging back, your shirt opening as you do so. You begin to make your epic pose as you start to run up the wall. But the wall is slippier than you'd imagined, and your foot loses its balance, and you find yourself falling flat onto the pressure plate, which dips. You then hear a familiar click. As you look forward, you can see the spikes coming towards you.
Oh no.
I'm just going to try to roll, make it look as if I meant to do it.
At least you'll
Make
die
a
in
performance
style.
check if you wish.
Yeah, I'll go for a performance check. Ever the performer. Oh yeah, I look good.
It looked amazing. 12 points of piercing damage.
Is that it? I shrugged that off as if it didn't happen.
Yes, you will also probably want to move.
Yeah, so I said I was going to roll forward anyway.
Yeah. The spikes catch you, but you roll forward and you kind of look back and smile. However, there is a new concern for yourself. That the time has allowed the goblins to create a sort of barricade. And as you land on that side, they kind of perk up, and behind them, some goblins raise some crossbows. I'd like everyone to roll initiatives at this point.
Good lord, I really hope I get a good initiative there.
Did he?
At this, Zacharias mutters, dear gods, this is where I'm going to die.
You're not the one that's going to die. Probably the fool that rushed ahead so brazenly.
Man, I have not been having good initiatives. I'm guessing Cyril's just bewildered by the whole thing at this point.
This path, amazing, and some TV will never die.
Cyril and
What's
Zachariah,
happening here?
I need you guys to roll off to see who goes first in your order.
Okay.
Good luck beating that.
Oh,
my
now I
God.
get a 20? It couldn't have been at any other time.
The first to act is Karen.
May I just point out that this is the second time Lucas has pulled a 1 on initiative?
Yeah, of the 2 times we rolled initiative.
He was concentrating so fiercely on looking amazing.
I did look amazing though.
Do I know where the goblins are?
I've not
you
said
get the
anything.
impression Lucas would have to communicate with you.
Yeah, I'm
which
sort of...
you do.
I suppose I'd give him a shaky smile. Yes, well, as amazing as that was, I believe I'm about to die. There's some goblins to my left. They appear to have bows. I'm probably dead.
Oh.
I'm going to try to amazingly charge around. Woo!
I'm going to say that very nonchalantly.
Okay, that's a dexterity check for you, Karen. Courage finds its strength in you, Karen, and you start to charge. However, as soon as you step onto the pressure plate, the spikes dash and slam into you. You do, however, make it around, taking 10 points of piercing damage.
Ooh.
Woo! Glad I healed earlier.
But a flesh wound.
You are faced with a small barricade and several goblinoids behind it.
Can I try to stab over top of it into a goblin's eye?
You could use a projectile, or you could try and jump over it.
I'm going to do a backflip, stabbing the goblin.
No.
Okay.
You just barely passed one athletics check.
They shall sing songs of this.
They will.
Makes a note. Copious editing will be needed.
Amazingly, you turn, you give a quick wink to Lucas, and you backflip over the barricade with effort. Poised. Landing
Wow.
between the goblins.
Do I get to stab one in the eye at the same
You may
time?
take a single attack, yes.
Oh,
I swear, if you get a natural 20 on this.
It'd be great. There's a lot of goblins there.
You are, of course, in the danger zone.
danger zone!
I was fully expecting that music to play, man.
Anybody call them canines?
+5 +2.
Because I'm a jeweler.
The dueling is just to damage, not to attack roll.
Ah, okay.
So it's a...
Nevertheless,
Oh god.
That was a damage roll anyway.
Hmm?
Was that not damaged anyway?
No, that was
No,
a
that was
to
to
hit
hit.
roll.
Alright.
you are unable to find a place with your dagger after you are winded from your athletic ability earlier, and having previously just been struck by a large amount of spikes.
Well, once I've landed and flicked around my sword in a heroic fashion, obviously not trying to attack anything, I'm going to go, bow down to your lord and master.
No reaction, even if they spoke the language.
I speak goblin.
Zacharias, you can say it in Goblin. To their perspective, a very bloodied and wounded creature has just emerged straight on their side of the fence.
Yes, that was
They're gonna do-
perhaps unwise.
They're going to do what they're going to do. Still,
Okay then. Cyril stares at this from afar, then goes, I suppose there's no clever way out of this, and just belts it, charges straight through towards
Can I
it.
speak as a free action still?
you have 20 words.
That's fine. I'd probably not come over here.
You sure?
Yes, I'm bleeding to death, and I believe he's about to get eviscerated.
Then surely you need help, good sir.
I'm fine. I've got a way out. As long as I don't die.
Cyril thinks about it for moments. Partially terrified, but then sort of shakes his head and thinks, No. A good a good chronicler doesn't a good chronicler doesn't shy away from a bit of action, and charges forward. So athletics check, right?
Yes.
Okay, what is my athletics? Oh god,
You're
nothing.
like me,
right.
really bad.
Alright. As you roll, I need to get faster at typing these.
You're shitting me.
Cyril,
I love it.
like a small dragon, sort of flies and glides across the ground without touching the floor entirely.
Oh my god.
As he
Swifter
rises
than the
on the
wind.
opposite side, he kind of flicks and dabs at Lucas. There you go.
Okay, and for my next action, do I still have an action after that? Or
You have an attack action.
okay, I don't know how this is. I don't know how effective it's gonna be, but I guess see the barricade. I'll try and set it on fire. Let's see. Actually, I'm just thinking.
But out of character, may I point out that Kay is on that barricade right now?
Oh, is he?
just-
Oh, it's
Or
on
at
the
least
other
very
side.
close to it.
Okay, I think the probably more gather thing to do would be to use cure wounds on Lucas since he was still bleeding from the spikes. So
You put your hands on Lucas.
okay, just double checking. That's where am I?
Lucas is going to make a
wow,
ooh
wow.
sound from his cold hands.
Alrighty, so that's the roll d8 plus 2. Hang on, I'm getting there. It was so good until that moment.
You feel
Well,
like
it's better than nothing. He's
I was gonna
slightly
say.
less dead.
I'm gonna brush my fingers through my hair. I feel. Yeah, I don't feel much different, but I'm not bleeding as much.
It really still helps, as they say.
Yes.
And that's my turn.
Zacharias, your action.
Okay, out of character. Would it be possible to use Mage Hand to set off the trap and then... Actually, what is the trap? Is it just a panel of spikes or is it an entire wall?
It is the side of the wall, in this instance the right side.
Okay.
The pressure plate is that entire square next to it.
So it would probably not be possible to sneak under the wall once it's set off.
Unfortunately not, no.
Okay. I am not taking my chances. I will, however, move up. Can I see the barricade from here?
Potentially if you moved to the corner. The other corner.
The bottom corner.
Okay, that's more than I can do in this turn, so... Actually, if I were to move any further, I would be right on top of that pressure plate and unable to move out of the way, so I'm just going to move here for my turn.
Yes. Edok, your action.
I think I'm in pretty much the same position. I'm not going to be able... I don't have enough movement to get across, do I?
No, it would take you, I think, 20 foot to get there.
Then I'll wait here until next turn, and then I'll do my heroics. Which
Well, I
could
mean,
very well mean getting smashed into the wall.
Well, you do have more HP than the rest of us.
That's true.
Okay.
Like, a lot more.
So, Karen, you find yourself amidst a large number of goblinoids.
Out of character hint, get off the barricade. I'm gonna light it on fire.
We don't have to worry about goblins. It's fine.
The two in front of you kind of look at each other. One of them says the word Biark. Understanding Goblin, Karen, you know that this word is non-translatable. It's simply used to trick humanoids. And they use it for many, many different purposes, often to speak amongst themselves. They say it, and the goblins around you attack. The goblins with the crossbows move up to shoot over. Of course, you will get +2 to your cover because they're shooting past the barricade and their allies.
Because I looked so gorgeous when I failed my check. Do they get, like, disadvantage?
Unfortunately not, it just makes them want to shoot more.
I'm used to that, though, aren't I?
By the way, may I just say that there's a barricade involved, and I am so tempted to start humming Do You Hear the People Sing?
Oh, god damn it.
We just heard the goblins sing.
Ooh, that's all very low.
Karen, you feel their attacks come towards you, but through a spectacular dexterous display, you dodge all of them.
Nice.
I'm gonna make weird noises at the same time.
Psychological warfare.
15
Hopefully.
Carol?
Let's
Yep.
see. My armor class is 12.
Okay, in that case you'll hit once.
Ooh. Oh
Lucas,
god.
20.
That's plainly miss, isn't it? It's definitely it.
Oh jeez.
It's golf score, lower the better.
I wish.
That's definitely the case for damage.
8 points, Cyril.
8 points, right, so that leaves me with... Okay. Oh god, my current hit points are at 9, so... Oh god, I've only got one left now.
Hit points are overrated.
6 points, Lucas.
Wow. That's more
Unable
than I just
to,
healed.
unable to hit what's directly in front of them. They are somehow spectacularly able to shoot past their allies and strike Lucas and Cyril. It then goes finally to Lucas.
Right. You ready for this? It's gonna be terrible or amazing. I'm gonna cast Sleep. Centered.
Yes, that's a good one actually.
Really good right now.
Roll
Centered
hit
there,
dice.
so I think it hits everybody.
Yep. Just let me check the hit dice we're rolling.
It's equal to their hit points, so
Yep.
and it's lowest first. So I think.
Yeah, you have to roll it though.
Yeah, I know.
But it is really good.
Oh yeah. It's hard. I
Whoa.
like it.
37.
Yeah. Don't add anything to this roll, do I? It's just 5d.
Kieran, in front of you, that front rank drops to the ground.
So the people behind them are still
People behind
alive and kicking.
Your view should show that there are quite a number of goblins in this room ahead of you. It looks like some sort of common room or mess hall.
How many did I hit? Did I get 3, did I?
You got 3, yeah. Just shy of 4.
Curses. Then I'm going to take my movement and move. Yeah. That's a body in that hole. Wonderful.
Yes, as when you get up to that point, curiously enough, you hear a wail in that direction.
That is curious.
I should investigate.
Okay, so a whale is in a sound or a whale is in the mammal?
No, an
As
actual.
in, certainly not a aquatic creature.
Aw.
At this point, it sounds like a female scream.
Oh, they've probably just seen me, haven't they? That happens a lot.
That's suddenly a lot less interesting.
At which point we swing back around on the initiative order.
Can I use my swift action to give my fellow bard an inspiration point?
You may indeed.
Consider it done.
Hey.
We will survive, even though these goblins will kill us. Fuck it.
Very
Cyril-
inspiring.
Despite wavering, it still counts.
Yeah, Cyril gives like a sort of vaguely amused smile, thinking to himself, "It's the thought that counts."
That's exactly what I was going for.
Alright, so that's an extra d6.
Kieran, the goblins in front of you simply drop to the ground. You do, however, still have one to your right and left.
I'm going to stab the one in the left while trying to... Actually, I'll wait. I'll just stab the one on the left for a minute.
You hit, do your damage.
Holy crap!
You turn to him and you stick your rapier through his eye socket. Then drops instantly.
Nice.
As he's falling, can I use him as some type of human shield? Well, goblin shield.
You could pick him up, but then you'd move at half speed, and it would more encumber you. It would more weigh you down than it would help you.
No.
Encumber.
Okay, instead I'm going to try to intimidate them again. And go, see how easy I kill your friends.
Right, it is a big room, but you may attempt to.
I want to maniacally do it as well.
Alrighty, so roll intimidation, I'm guessing.
Yes, indeed.
And...
Just failed.
You're not quite sure what they're going to do. The one in front of you looks like he might be a little terrified on these circumstances.
Especially now.
If that's everything, Kay, it would move on to Cyril.
Can
I
I
can
very
do.
can I very quickly take a talk action before he goes?
Yes, you can talk as a free action.
Okay. Dragonbone, I could use a spell back here.
Okay, hang on a minute. Is this area in front of me the spike trap?
It is to your knowledge, yes.
Right. I very quickly yelled about, which spell in particular, good sir?
Well, I'm not casting a spell. I need inspiration so I don't die crossing this spike trap.
Oh, right, okay. And I can... yes, and I do... I do a quick inspiration, which... I'm sorry, it's the only thing I can think of in my head.
That works.
From the far distance, you think you can hear do 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 one of the goblins. If that's everything,
am I so I can move and was the inspiration my action or a bonus action?
Yeah, it's a bonus action. You can do it.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna back away here out of the line of sight, and then
at which point you two hear a female voice cry out for help from your left.
Let's see. I'll probably used up all of my talk. Okay with that. So, in that case, I'm gonna use the cantrip Dancing Lights to try and, let's see, how far do I get? It's about 30 feet. So yeah, to try to illuminate further down the hole to see.
You create your light.
Oh god.
There's been a mannequin.
It appears to be another hole, although you can't quite see down it from your angle. The limp form of a human female is halfway down.
Oh god.
That's not a trap at all.
How many words do I have left? Just to...
You normally have around about 20 words in action.
Okay. In that case, I'll simply yell out, "Might need some assistance," and that'll be my turn.
Yep. Every round pretty much equates to a second in terms of combat.
Okay.
So moving on, that brings to Zacharias, who is
Okay.
fired.
Okay, I'm going to try and dash past this trap. What would that be?
It would be a dexterity roll.
Okay. That's what I was hoping. 3 plus. I am so glad.
You
So
sprint,
glad I.
and as you do so, you feel the spikes come down, but narrowly and just meters from your back, they smash into the wall as you cross the path.
I am so glad I took that inspiration die. Otherwise, I would have died.
Yeah. Alrighty. So now you're
Okay.
across.
And I'm gonna go through with my plan. I use firebolt and set the barricade on fire.
Yep. You can roll an attack roll with advantage.
Okay. To hit or damage.
To hit.
So hang on, how high is this barrier? So is it like 4 foot or?
Around about
Aw.
4.5 feet.
I am so thankful for advantage. Oh god.
Nice.
The firebolt hits it, do your damage and then double it.
Firebolt or?
10 damage.
That's just enough. You hit in a particularly vulnerable spot in the barricade, and it catches fire as a result.
Nice.
So I was scary earlier, but now with flames coming from behind me, I look absolutely demonic.
Never mind the actual demon behind you.
I am the demon.
The barricade is currently still there, but by the end of the round it will have burned.
Okay.
Now goes to Edok.
I'm gonna have to make my heroic leap. I've got athletics, so will that help me traverse this? Was it
Yes,
15
you
foot?
can use athletics.
Right. So I'm basically just gonna leg it across. So that'd be, was it 1d20 plus my athletics?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Oh no.
Well, see you again.
You've seen everyone else do it, and it looks simple. So you take a kind of brisk pace.
I'm full of my feet.
confidently walking. 9 points of piercing damage as the wall comes into you and pierces your armor.
Oh god.
You then find yourself deposited on the other side.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll walk it off. It'll be right.
I mean, you do have meaty HP.
Well, I'd hope so, being as I'm a fighter.
Now, may I just suggest that you take the rest of your move action and get in front of me? I'm not sure if you've taken any damage since we left town.
Yeah, I think I did. But then we leveled up and... can't remember now. So where are these goblins to?
Directly in front of you.
Do I have any move left?
You have 10 foot, I think. Yes, 10 foot.
So that would be enough to get me...
Yeah, I think about there is.
Yeah.
Okay, that's some cover. Good.
It's another target at least.
Alright, then goes to them.
Uh-oh.
From behind, you can see some of these goblins start to move up. One of them fires its crossbow at Edok, who's the biggest guy you can see currently. As he does, the front of his crossbow drops and dislodges from the mechanism. He screams something towards it.
Do I know which goblin it was that just did that?
It was the goblin just in this direction behind the sleeping one.
Right. I want to make a note of that particular goblin. He needs some justice. Swiftly.
The one with the daggers attacks Karen.
Oh god
my
damn.
God.
Confident in your maniacal laughter earlier, you kind of let your guard down slightly, and he sticks the blade far into your side.
This could be devastating. I think you just
7,000 HP of damage.
You take 10 points of damage.
Ooh.
The other blade, he sticks into your ear. You currently lose 1 point of intelligence.
And your hearing.
As your brains are partially scrambled.
Oh god.
God.
Brutal.
I think this might be the end of K.
I think he might have dropped, yeah.
Yeah, I'm literally on exactly here.
Sorry, what was that?
He's dead on 0.
Oh god.
He's currently in the life or death rolls.
Yeah.
The 3 goblins behind the front rank use their action to awaken them.
Oh no.
Question.
Yes.
Have we had enough time to take a short rest?
Not currently.
Okay.
That brings us to Lucas.
I'm going to touch myself and cure.
It's not that exciting. I'm bleeding out.
I really enjoy it though. I'm just going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
The barricade at this point collapses.
And now we see
Oh,
the
yeah.
full horror on display. Out of character for a second, I've just realised how screwed we are, because we have a series of spike tracks to the right, a giant pit that seems to be dragging it in as a woman to the left, and a horde of goblins right in front of us.
The pit is probably a trap.
I'm going to spend one. I'm going to just say to everyone, perhaps it's wise to get out of sight and hide around this corner until they come to us. With that,
The thing is, I have a spell that could either ruin us or save our bacon, but it would require Karen dying.
Oh.
We appreciate your sacrifice.
Oh dear.
I would like to give our proud fighter a inspiration dice.
And so you do. Edok, you feel inspired by the sweet hymns of Lucas.
Excellent. There's a lot of justice that needs meeting out right now.
So if I was to try to grab his body, would I have to move at half speed to get back?
You would, yes.
Interesting.
You also face possible attack of opportunity from the bladed goblin.
Right. For now, I'm going to move because I actually can't see around the corner. I'm going to go here. If I was to go here, I'd be fine, yeah?
Yes.
Right, yeah. Can I try to pick him up and drag him out of where?
Yeah, just make a strength check.
No, don't say that. Bards are not known for their strength. Can I roll charisma instead? Like,
Charismatically carry someone.
yeah?
Fortunately, being a physical task, it is indeed physical.
If not with your...
Well, they said your personality carries the group.
Turns out not individuals.
Here we go, guys. You ready for this? You ready? Lucas gonna save the day. Oh, you...
Oh
Wow.
Charismatically.
And
Yeah.
you grab the end of his tail, and you may move with a natural 20 at your full speed away.
Oh, glorious. Let's get behind this bit. I can't move him, though, unfortunately.
Oh, okay, there we go.
I'm going to swish my hair in my usual Lucas fashion.
Okay, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect.
Now do your spell of doom.
It requires me being closer, so...
Cyril, your action.
Okay. I am instantly going
Sorry,
to...
Karen, give me a straight D20 roll. Oh, that's 2 failures.
Oh, God!
Cyril, you can see that Karen is on the verge of death at this point.
Yep, so
However, he has been dragged closer to you, and you have the opportunity to heal. If
I'm
you're able.
gonna do just that. Without even thinking about it, Cyril runs...
Do you have any heal spells left?
Actually, I was
That's
gonna...
a level 1.
Yeah, I've used... Let's see, I've used Cure Wounds once so far. How many spell slots do you get a day?
You're level 2. So you have...
3.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got 2 more. But well, I might as well use this on the guy who is dying, so yeah. Okay, so 1... Okay, so 1d8 plus 2.
That'll save him, at least.
Karen, you feel hands upon you, and you wake up to a probing Cyril. However, you are stabilized.
And-
Thank goodness.
The dungeon stays in the dungeon.
And as an immediate action, Zacharias again. Can bards just give inspiration to anyone at any time?
They get amount equal to their charisma per day.
Okay, so he...
Charisma modifier,
Okay.
so I may have just used it up then, because my charisma modifier is 2.
Yeah, I think you've already gone through it. Fair enough.
You've done it at least twice. You did it to Zacharias and I believe to Edok.
Yes, so I think my last action would be just to sort of say, make no mention of it, although I'm starting to lose a bit of buzz myself, so if anyone would like to return a favour, I'd be grateful.
Lucas whistles absently.
And that is my turn.
Zacharias, your action.
Okay, can I avoid an attack of opportunity moving forward?
Yeah, you're fine as long as you don't move out of a threatened range.
Okay, so basically just out of range of the guy on the right. I am going to do something perhaps almost out of character levels of ballsy for this guy. I'm going to move here and cast Thunderwave.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Cast it silently.
They can all
It is
make
very,
con
very
saves.
loud.
I know.
There's a 20-foot cube,
15 foot.
15 foot. You will get all of them except one that you can't see. That's fine.
Okay.
But you might be able to tell from your location that there are a couple more in that room.
I'll take an attack by 2 instead of an attack by 7.
Yes, sir. Okay, I'm gonna roll the, it might not matter, roll your damage, and then I'll see if I need to roll the saves, because they don't have a lot of HP.
Please be high.
Okay, so I will roll their saves.
Okay.
Okay, those were all obscenely high.
It looks like 4 bit to dust.
I'll take it. My DC is 15.
Yes, in which case 4 do die, yes.
Oh, hey.
The other 4 take half. The other 3, rather.
So they're not feeling so hot. Actually, they are feeling very hot, but...
The sound makes a huge blast of energy, which kind of shakes the walls around you. You do then hear multiple goblinoid voices from nearby, sounding in the number of at least 10 or more.
Oh boy. Alrighty, any other moves, Sven? No.
I think that's all I can do. Unless I can cast Firebolt as an immediate action, and I don't think I can.
Edok, your action.
Oh, fuck, no. It says 30 foot is my speed. Is that how far I can actually move, or...?
Yeah, you can move any amount up to 30 feet.
Okay, in that case...
We should
Oh,
let them bring the fight to us. If we press too quickly, they'll slaughter us.
Yeah, but on the other... Oh, there's people there. Shit. Well, I'm here now. Fuck it.
So, Edok, you're going to attack this goblin in front of you, I assume?
Yep. Fuck it. Let's go for it. Go big or go home, innit? Not the worst roll in the world.
That's a hit, and he's dead.
Hooray!
One more down.
You can guess what life they're on after that thunder wave. And simply putting the blade towards him was enough to make him fall.
Quick, everyone finish them off before they fuck me up.
You can probably see from your view, Edok, that there are quite a number more in that area.
Well, we can't see anything round this corner, so...
Well, the issue I had is because I'm a human, I don't have any like night vision, so I couldn't see them until I moved, and then I was on top of them.
Ah.
I hear that happens to a lot of people after a night of drinking.
No comment.
Wise.
Lucas,
Right here, I'm going to look towards the two companions next to me and sort of appraise their health. How are they looking?
I'm on 1 hit point.
He's fine. He'll live forever. That's fine.
Hey!
You don't seem to die.
I will rest a hand upon his shoulder.
when you do make a observation on his health, despite the battle wounds, his colour has certainly shifted slightly.
Uh-oh.
Great. Well,
as you noted earlier, he was stained with the blood of those undead rats. And for those of you that don't know who are watching, in the previous session, Cyril was stained by the act of Karen splashing the blood onto him.
Which is a running joke, which is
undead rat blood.
Yeah. Which is a running joke.
Cyril accepted it as he was. Cyril was previously stained by blood when it came to being accused of the murder earlier. He just simply fell in the blood. And that's why they were so implicit.
And the blood nado, if memory serves.
And the blood nado also got you. So he's used to being covered in blood, except this time he feels the effects may run a little deeper than simply staining his skin.
Uh-oh.
Stained his soul.
He should have tried to dodge, folks.
Are you
dodge?
Why won't you dodge? Yeah, heal 9.
Okay, great. And
we should start throwing wrenches at him to see if he'll learn how to dodge.
With that, Lucas bravely steps into the combat. Actually, I need to measure.
Let's see.
10, 20. 20. Oh dear God. There's more of them. He will have his rapier in hand, and as soon as he sees that amount of enemies, he regrets his decision immediately.
Yes.
But he does say to everyone, we should probably retreat.
Where to?
They only have about 5 HP each. We can handle it.
Unfortunately, we only have about 10 each.
From your view, Lucas, you can see that there are a number of goblins that are holding back and readying their crossbows. One of them, in particular, is dressed in robes, and he's the
see him.
one beckoning them back, almost deliberately not moving forward at this point.
Oh, I'm gonna kill that son of a.
Please do.
I'm gonna point a finger at him. That's right. You're next. With the
Kay, you're
0
up.
damage spells I have.
Well, I'm going to get up, dusting myself off, and use, as I'm walking back into combat nonchalantly, I'm going to use my last heal to heal myself.
Okay. Getting up takes half your move, so you will be deposited about 10 foot away from battle.
That's fine.
That is what Kay does.
Nice.
Better than nothing.
Up to 9. Yeah.
Cyril, your action.
Okay, I see all of my comrades hunting off. I take a nervous glance back to the ones that hold all of my left and give a shout. Do you require assistance, my dear?
You hear the exact same cry for help you heard earlier. A female voice calling to you.
Cyril bitterly sighs and then goes, I'll help you as soon as I can, and decides to follow Kay back into the action, so around here-ish, and oh my word.
Nice way of putting it.
I guess my final action would be, yeah, that should do it. Fire breath right into this guy's face.
Okay, is your fire breath a cone or a straight?
It's a straight. I'll double.
30-foot
I believe,
line.
yeah, 30-foot line.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
They have to make a
he's dead.
deck save. Oh, he's dead
Dead.
already. Never mind.
After previously being a thunder wave struck earlier, your
Thunderstruck.
attack is more than enough to topple him.
Nice.
He just kind of disappears into ashes.
He does indeed.
Okay.
Zacharias, your action.
Nice. I have another. The thing is, I'm trying to figure out what I would have prepared because I learned a spell, but I doubt I would have prepared it. I've used 1 Burning Hands, 1 Thunder Wave, and I have no idea what's in my 3rd slot.
Could set him on fire. Firebolt again. That was a good.
Yeah, I could. I want to take out as many of these people, as many of these goblins as possible. If I were to move into range of this guy, how do I ping?
If you hold your cursor, hold the button
There.
down. Yeah.
If I were to move into range of this guy, would I provoke an attack, or is he distracted by Edok?
As long as you don't move out of his attack range, you're fine.
Okay,
you can move into 5 foot around him as long as you don't move away.
Okay. So 15 feet. My AoE spells all have a range of 15 feet. So I'm gonna have to get pretty close. You know what? I am going to do a firebolt on one of the, if I can. What's the range on firebolt?
I'd say it's probably
120.
120, probably, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna move into range behind Edok. Oh my Jesus, that's a lot of goblins.
They're currently all holding their ground with their crossbows loaded.
Everybody can see these goblins except for me.
Can I? Do
the
I see?
marksman without dark vision is blissfully ignorant to this.
Do I see the one in robes?
Yeah, he's wearing green robes ahead of the table.
Okay, that motherfucker's gonna die.
Can I, as a free action, I say, perhaps we can negotiate with them.
We were sent here to clear them out. I'm clearing them out. Do I have proficiency with firebolt or no?
You add
Yes, you are,
proficiency
yeah.
to all your spells.
Okay, so T20 plus 5. I'm making an attack on their leader. I'm doing balls.
Fireballs.
As you fire your attack, he ducks under the table and your attack misses.
Ha. Well, that gives me an opening. Provided he doesn't move out from under the table. That's my action, guys.
Edok, it's your action.
Well, best finish off this guy in front of me. Otherwise, he's going to be a hassle. See if I can cleave him in half. Oh, shit.
The answer is no.
My rolls tonight. Oh, my goodness.
You swing your blade low, but as you do, it catches the ground and you're blocked. The robed goblinoid gestures, and as he does so, the goblins start to move up.
Imagine if I was level 2 level 3 right now, I could go invisible and just leave.
Just leave.
Actually, so can I.
Again, where to? There are spike traps on the...
It's fine, I'll just run across it. It went well the first time.
I doubt I'll get a natural 20 on a magnificent leap again.
The best they got is 14 on you, Edok.
Okay.
Well, if they had all hit, that would have been devastating.
Yeah.
I am actually going to use some more of my words and say, we really do need to leave.
The best is 16 on you, Lucas.
That hits.
Again, though,
So-
where do we go?
Just around the corner, so we're not standing in front of like 20 things that can shoot us.
Oh,
And the
fair point.
best is 15 on you, Zacharias.
Believe it or not, that does not hit.
Okay.
Draconic resilience is amazing.
Amazing. How much am I taking? I just got back up to full life as well.
5 points of piercing damage as a barrage of crossbow bolts pepper you guys. Only one of them finds purchase on Lucas.
Who was warning the party against it. We should leave. Ah!
Edok in melee.
See, the thing is, if I could get a, if I could
Well,
go
yeah.
ahead, if I could go ahead and land a cone of burning hands on anywhere in this group, I would incinerate them.
Just hold your action and we'll clear it away. Yeah.
Alright.
Michael.
Another 12 on Lucas and Edok.
12
And
misses.
then
Mike. Do I get partial cover for this guy being in front of me?
you will now, but that's because he went up to attack you melee just now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, and then from the front, so Edok first, what's your hit points?
Currently 13.
13. Okay. And then from either Lucas or Zacharias,
got-
anyone got 12 or lower hit points?
No.
I've got 18.
I got 15.
Okay, from your perspective, Edok collapses.
Oh,
Sleep
God.
spell.
That's my spell, damn you!
Does going to sleep like that count as a rest?
No, this
After
isn't
8 hours, it
Pokemon.
will. And the goblin now speaks to you in broken common. Lay down your weapons.
I would say something. Actually, this guy clearly understands some sort of common, so
And if we do you promise to let us live? Perhaps we can help you to destroy the other clans.
He consults his common to goblin dictionary.
I speak goblins, it's fine.
Live. Yes.
I will start replying in goblin now.
Don't do anything foolish.
I'm a bard, that's what I do. If you let us live, perhaps we can help destroy the orcs and the other clans around here. We can make you the kings of this gorge.
Yes. Drop your weapons.
Can I do a sense motive in this? Is there a sense motive in this?
Yes, you can, yeah.
If he's serious, I'm gonna kill him. What's it called in this?
insight.
Oh, insight, that's it.
I've not got a bad insight.
Can I make an insight check as well, or?
You may, yeah.
Okay, so that's it.
I'll do one too because I'm proficient.
Yeah, why
Yes,
not? Let's all
I'm
do
saying
it,
here.
like-
So, do you add the wisdom modifier and the insight, or just the wisdom modifier? I mean, the.
And wisdom and proficiency.
Okay, so
Wisdom, yes.
so
And
roll
proficiency
d20.
if you are proficient.
Okay, yep. So that would be a +5 in that case.
Nice.
Well done, sir.
You all pretty much feel like he's on the level, except you, Cyril. You think you pretty much see that he wants you to put down your weapons.
So raises his hand and goes, "Hang on, lads. Not as keen as I am for a peaceful solution. These are goblins we are talking about here. Do not forget." And in a louder voice, he goes, "Suppose we do. What would you plan to do then?"
He kind of half-tooth smiles and says to you, "Diplomacy."
Should I do another insight check, or?
You may if you wish.
Yeah,
I'm
why
assuming
not?
since I failed the other one, I'm not allowed to do this one.
No, currently you feel that they are genuine, at least in this sense.
No worries.
So that's 15 versus 21.
You're weighing your options back, and this does appear at this point to be the best option, as you're faced with multiple combatants moving in.
I suppose. Then again, I suppose it's not like we have a choice either way. Our backs are almost literally against the wall here. Fine, I drop my weapon.
Yes.
Although I wasn't even carrying it anyway, so I just raised my hands.
Actually, that's a point. I might try and do something.
He's so excited to be trapped by these goblins.
Okay, so question for the DM coming from me and I imagine Joshua. Is there a way we could get these guys out of initiative?
Currently, they're holding back. They're sending the melee guys towards you as you drop your weapons to grab you.
Okay.
If you were to act violently, they would probably, as they still have their weapons trained on you.
Would they consider me sheathing my rapier as a violent action?
Currently he said drop your weapon. You can sheath your rapier. They might get a bit antsy about that. I mean, you can do as you do.
So far, Cyril's the only one who's raised his hands. The others it's up to their choice whether they want to agree with that or not.
Yeah, I'll sheath my rapier and raise my hands.
I'm kneeling to put down my cane, and I'm so tempted to make a sleight of hand check to see if I can fool them.
You may attempt to.
Okay.
I'll just lay on the floor in a non-aggressive, sweeping manner.
Okay, that's
So equal.
nice.
They did not see you do it.
Okay, so I'm still armed. I can get to my cane in an instant if I need to.
A goblin is moving past you.
And as he tries to do okay, so before he can move to K,
Yes.
I am going to cast my second round of Burning Hands.
Okay.
Right as he passes in front of me.
As he does so or before.
As he does so.
Okay.
They can all make what save is that?
Reflex, I should imagine.
Yeah.
So it's going to be
A 15-foot cone above Edok and
Gonna
toward
be-
the
It's going to be the guy to the left, the guy in front of you, and then another guy in front of you.
Yes.
Otherwise, you risk hitting Edok.
Let me... can I free... Yeah, there we go. So...
The issue going in that direction is Edok is directly in front of you.
Right. I was
I am
trying
on
to
the
aim
floor.
above him.
Yeah, because it's a cone of fire, it just spreads out.
Okay. So, yeah, I'll do that. And it is a reflex save or a dex save.
First one made it.
Lucky bastard.
And second one failed. And the third one doesn't matter because he was already struck.
Okay, so that's 2 down. One takes 4.5. I don't know if that's enough to...
He's just it's the guy in front of you. He's just alive.
Okay.
Can I using this distraction? Can I cast Disconnect Whispers on the mage guy?
If you roll initiative with me, Lucas, to act, because they see that, and then this happens.
And as you're doing that, I will risk an attack of opportunity from the guy I just blasted, and move out and move back into the corridor.
Okay.
Oh,
He gets an 8 on you.
He
Yeah, but
fails
that's still-
miserably.
still probably higher than I'm gonna roll.
Holy crap!
That's more like it.
Okay, so you may act out of sequence, Lucas.
Rightio, he has to make a Wisdom saving throw for me.
What's the spell? Sorry.
It's Dissonant Whispers.
Fail.
It's just got better now. So he takes 1,000 damage.
1,000.
Um,
This spell's OP.
He takes 8 damage, and he must immediately use his 4 reactions and rounds to move as far away from me as possible.
Okay.
As he tries to turn to flee, can I shoot him in the back?
I assume this is the boss, correct?
Yeah.
It is.
Or
Yeah.
the guy in front of you.
No, the boss. The guy in
Yeah.
front of me can get burnt.
You see him recoil, and he runs.
Before he runs, can I shoot him in the face?
You can't, because we're in initiative order once more. And I shall...
By the way, can Lucas, by any chance, try and prod Edok until he wakes up before his turn ends?
That would be a full action.
Okay.
Yes, but I'm a bard. Can I not just shout really loud in his ear?
You can. He can then do a Constitution save to try and wake up.
Wake up!
You just randomly shout in his ear, Gaston!
What am I rolling to? Is that
Constitution.
Should be a con save.
so that's 1d20 plus 2? Oh fuck's sake!
Apparently he slept through many a musical.
5 more
He turns
minutes.
over in his sleep.
I shall stab him
Not
later.
tonight,
but
apparently.
Not impressed. When Lucas sings, people listen.
I've got so many dead goblins on my screen, it's really difficult to see what's going on.
So many remain.
Can we stack them up like sandbags?
So that being 300, just stack them all up.
While shouting out, Sparta!
We do have a convenient pit to throw these goblins down as well.
Well, when they're all standing at the moment, we've pretty much sandbagged them up anyway.
Yeah, but now we have no big spells to capitalize on it.
Don't worry, Zachariah still has a plan.
It's a shame we didn't have that barrier still. We could have hid behind it.
It's as if someone burns it down on purpose to help the goblins.
Right,
We can't tear each other apart.
13 and a 12 on you, Lucas.
Lucas laughs and sort of bats the bolts aside of his hand.
Moving forward.
Oh dear.
Kieran, 14.
I just laugh at it.
And 16
Uh-oh.
for you, sir.
I start to laugh and then get smacked in the face.
You do so for 7 points of slashing damage.
Oh god, so that's 3 hit points left.
You'll get +2 AC for this, Lucas.
Bring it, I said. Bring it.
Wow.
That's pretty much all misses. So I'm pretty sure I'm dead here.
Yeah. There's a
4 of those
12, a 21, an 18, an 18, and a natural 20.
hits. Sorry? It's +4 as well, isn't it, to each of those?
Yes, it is, yeah.
So it's 21, 18, 18,
Yeah.
24. Literally all of those except for the first one hit.
Eep.
Okay.
And one is doubled.
And one might even be worse than doubled.
As the attacks come in, you open your mouth to scream, but one of the bolts hits you in your tongue. You take 1 constitution damage, and you have a 50% spell failure until healed.
Yep, that would have been devastating if I'm not about to die anyway.
I was going to say you got Boromir, but then that was even worse.
I didn't get shot. He had it easy.
No, technically he has been Boromir. If you could just get a horn, he could start blowing.
You roll
Karen, you
damage,
also
might
have,
just roll once. You never know.
Karen, you also have +2 to your armor class.
Well, you're not going to roll damage. I can survive. I got loads of hit points.
You don't want me to roll damage?
I do.
Okay.
I'm feeling
I will roll
confident.
damage in a moment.
I've got 17 life left.
1 hit on you, Karen.
Okay. How much damage?
I think he's working it out.
Ooh.
4 points.
But I take more.
And
Sweet.
for Cyril, a 16 and a 6.
Oh, thank god, one of them missed at least. Oh, no, that's exactly what they need, crap. I'm gone.
So before the critical,
Wait, what?
before the critical for Lucas, he took 12.
Oh, survivable.
So, Aladdin so far...
And then another 12.
So I'm on minus.
It's just 0 on the system, and then life or death.
That's fine. I'm in life or death.
Same here.
And so a barrage of fire comes in after the mage runs away from the whispers. Lucas, life or death?
I choose life.
Roll, unfortunately.
Right, I've actually never had to do this because usually I don't get
Yeah.
barrage.
It's just a straight D20.
You, cake or death?
Oh, I did it.
You got a 1.
No, I think what you're
that's-
missing is I got a 1,000. That's 2, right?
That's 2 failures.
Oh, dude.
You know I said that I'd probably survive? Yeah.
Kaylin, you're up.
How far is running?
You can run up to 60 foot.
Where are you going to run to? There's traps everywhere.
We'll
Jump.
risk him.
If I run 60 foot, I'm just before that trap, aren't I?
There's a trap like just down.
The trap is about 15 foot away from you.
Yeah, there is
15.
another one here.
There's 2 traps because we like that's what we are.
Oh yeah, we had the spikes,
Oh, yeah,
and
no,
then we
no,
had
but-
other wall trap.
But yeah, there's
Well,
one trap
this,
down here.
Oh, well, I'm just going to.
There was one here and one there.
I'm going to stab the goblin.
Yes.
How do you do this cool little pulse thing?
Click and hold one spot.
Yeah, so this is where the trap is.
Yeah. And then there's another one at the start of the hallway.
Like over there somewhere.
Yeah.
Or I don't.
You tried to stab?
Seeing the carnage happen right before your eyes, your momentum behind your blade wavers, and you're unable to pierce the goblin in front of you. To that, Cyril, life or death.
Okay, so that's just a straight roll 20, right?
Choose life.
Is there anything I can do to like wake myself up at all?
Yourself, unfortunately, you're asleep for a minute, which is 10 rounds.
Okay, so that's
That is a life.
Hooray.
Shh, lame.
So, how many times do I have to roll that?
It happens every turn.
Okay.
Zacharias, it's your action.
Pants to be darkened.
Right. I am gonna fuck the traps. I'm leaving.
You hear a guttural whisper. Help me! Take me with you. I want to live.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop right before this one and roll my dexterity save to dodge the first one.
Yes.
Oops. Oops.
As you turn to run, a slight feeling of regret grips the back of your mind, and you turn, taking 8 points of piercing damage as you find the wall of spikes just ram itself into you.
Screw it. I'm still leaving. That's less than half my health.
It's also less than half the average of a dice.
Are you about to reach the second one?
Yes.
You can see the bodies getting dragged away in front of you.
Do I get a free action to run on?
You can't do any action currently because you're being threatened. You could take an attack on one of them, who's grabbing Cyril.
I'll try to grab Cyril.
You may attempt to, yes. That would be an opposed strength check.
You know, as a...
Like
The
you're
dice
fighting
has not
over
been
a
with us
piece
today.
of, a piece of food, and the bigger kid just takes it and pulls it away from you.
You know, as I lie here dying, I can only think if only we had a massive ogre right now.
He was always going to leave us anyway.
Nah, true.
Cyril, you can consider yourself stabilized at this point.
Sweet.
Karen, you can see the bodies getting dragged away, and a sleepy Edoc's body also being dragged away.
Is being dragged away enough to rouse me from my slumber?
You may make another Constitution check.
Is that, what did I do last time?
Oh, I've just realised something. They're not going to kill me, obviously, because I'm Lucas. I'm a bard. They love it. I'll just perform for them from now on.
You awake, but as you do so, you can see the goblin just bear down a weapon at you for 20 to hit.
Ooh.
Guess I'll not push my luck.
4 points of piercing damage as he slams into your chest. He says
Perfect.
something. He says something you don't understand, do you? But it sounds very threatening. And he continues to drag you away. Karen, you find yourself alone at the front as they bear their weapons down on you. They say in Goblinoid, to surrender.
I'm going to pretend I don't understand and stab him.
Very well.
What was that?
All I heard was something stab him.
An 11 and a...
Goblins
one's-
don't scare me.
The ones next to you make no decent attempt to attack you. However,
See,
the
I'm blessed.
crossbows.
Wow.
So many dice. I think they only hit you once. A hail of fire comes past you.
Isn't my armour +2?
Your armor is 15.
Do you say it's +2?
I think that was only when there was cover.
No, there's
Oh,
no
damn.
one in front of you currently.
What a
So
shame.
4 of them hit.
So only one hit.
You can hit. It's +4 on these.
I say it's 4 of them hit.
Oh.
Yeah. At the moment, it's like the beginning of Dances in Walls. You're basically just sitting.
They did incredibly terribly.
Nice roll there.
19 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, no, I'll put me out.
Leonidas.
And they
Our
can't
arrows will
heal
blot
away.
out the sun.
Zacharias.
1 second. I'm just reporting this disaster to my best friend.
Excellent.
All I think about in my state of unconsciousness is, yeah, if only someone had said that we should retreat for a while.
That was actually gonna be Zacharias' plan, but shit hit the fan. So
Did you
he's
cast a
black.
big fireball to start it?
See,
Well, it was either that or certain death at the hands of goblin torture.
I don't normally comment on, but when you were talking about retreating, I was nodding my head, but you couldn't see. Like, as an approval of what should be done in this situation.
Yes.
So, Zacharias, you don't know what's going on behind you. You hear silence after a short amount of time, but nobody comes to follow you.
That works fine for Zacharias. I'm going to try and make it past this second trap.
Yes.
Oh, that's lovely.
Spectacularly, you dive and effortlessly avoid the now quite damaged mechanism on this trap, as it is slower than you expected.
Okay.
Welcome.
I am there now. This is, just so you know, guys, this was how I planned on getting Zacharias, this is specific Zacharias, into the actual campaign.
It's either you run to safety or plan a heroic rescue later. Assuming any of us are alive at this point.
I've stabilized.
Yeah, that's true.
For the rest of you, it's an uneasy, especially for Edok, who I believe is conscious.
I'm awake now.
During this period.
What a time to wake up.
You guys are dragged. Edok, are you gonna try and hide the fact that you're conscious during this period?
Well, didn't that goblin
One of
just
them
like...
stabbed you and shouted, and then he didn't pay much notice. But then again, he wasn't really looking out for it.
Well, I guess I will attempt to, I suppose, yeah, I'll just, play dumb and pretend to be unconscious whilst trying to get a gauge of things, I suppose, being as I can't see really much at all.
Yeah. They drag you not far, in which case, to a very large kind of metallic doorway. The door is very fancy and decorated, and through it you can see a very tall and a very muscular looking goblinoid.
I'm free.
He wears purple robes with a kind of wolf-like skull hanging around his neck.
That's a good guy.
They speak in a language you don't understand for a couple of sentences, and it's in fact kind of a heated argument where the fancy-looking goblin doesn't seem very happy about what they're negotiating. Eventually, your bodies are taken out. Another voice which is lower that you can't see, is involved in the conversation, and your bodies are dragged to a nearby storage chamber. At which point, one of the goblins hits the wall very fervently, and the wall opens up, revealing a hidden corridor, and they take you a bit further. During that point, you do have bags put over your heads, despite the fact you are unconscious. And you awake in a cell, which I shall move you into momentarily.
I've been asleep for 8 hours.
I swear, if the goblins tell us to go on a suicide mission...
We've got to clear out a pesky infestation of humans.
It would not, to answer your question, it would not count as restful sleep.
You're never going to see my character again.
Oh, we will.
We'll see what happens.
Once we capture you.
You say that as if you're going to get out of this cell.
I'm 100% gonna have a cell.
Okay, so we're all in a cell, and you want me to do a constitution roll, right?
Okay, yes, yourself for Constitution roll, and Zacharias a straight roll 20.
So do I have any Constitution? +1. Okay, so.
Not one. Being that one.
Oh god.
Right. There is also a man in steel armor in one of these cells as well.
Lucas approves.
Zacharias, can you roll me either a D100 or a D20? It works out the same.
Let's go for a D20.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay.
You wake up in a cell.
You are currently making your way to the exit. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Not anymore.
As you do so, you come to the cave mouth entrance. You can make a perception check.
Right.
Oh.
At which point you're just walking straight through, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I just missed something glorious by the looks of it.
Yeah, it was a natural one on perception.
You're blind.
You make your way to the cave entrance. It's quite a wide tunnel, but it's around about 20 foot long. And when you're about halfway through it, suddenly you just feel this huge weight impact the back of your neck, and everything turns black.
Wow.
In the couple of moments of you gazing up, you can see the tunnel in front of you collapsing as boulders come down.
Best laid plans, my friend.
And also, a giant spider has laid its eggs inside of you.
Inside your brain.
Roll a d4 for me.
The amount of eggs.
Two.
You're in the second cell. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, look who decided to show up.
Karen, Edok, everyone who's not Cyril, roll a Constitution in terms of who wakes up at what point.
I was already awake.
Oh yes, of course you were. So you'll see all of this. You guys were brought to these cells which had people already inside them, and you were shoved in. When they removed your bags, it wasn't goblins who were taking you there. These
It was the
creatures looked
town
a bit. They looked a bit more muscular. They looked quite a bit furry.
Oh, okay. That bodes ill. I think we're about to end up role-playing Yifstar.
Finally.
I hope no one got that joke.
I
have
didn't.
no clue what you're on about.
Say in the comments if you
Unfortunately.
do, guys.
I've been around the internet too long.
Yeah.
Everyone
Seen
loves trouble.
stuff and things.
They're much bigger than a goblin. They're kind of red and hairy. They wear armor as well. And then you find yourselves in this environment. You wake up in the order in which you do. So that would be Edok first, and then Zacharias. You find yourself awaking in a cell with Edok eventually.
Nice.
Oh, we're gonna kill you, boy.
Well, technically, I think OK is literally the only one who knows Zacharias left.
They're humanoids with you guys. They are chained up and in these prisons. They all show evidence of cruel treatment. Various weapons and implements of torture are scattered around the chamber. That's on the outside. 2 chairs and small tables stand near a central fire pit, and a keyring hangs in the wall to the south.
We'll never get back here.
Is there a dog?
You don't see anything, but you hear voices in the distance.
So we can't lure the dog to get the key with some leg bone or something.
Oh, God.
I admire your spirit as always.
Can I
Look on the bright
inspect? Can I inspect the cell and see if there's any sort of weaknesses?
You may. Currently, Karen, you can see that Cyril has not woken from this endeavour. In fact, he's very he's kind of twitching. His notes are laid on the floor, visible for you to read. As well in the cell with you, there is a Knoll.
What's a Knoll doing?
And he's backed away from Cyril. Cyril's notes are strewn across the floor. It looks like Cyril might have been conscious at some point during the time he was here and then fallen unconscious again. And his notes get more kind of abstract as they go.
Okay, so he looks weird.
Yeah.
Can I check the
I'm gonna.
actual gate? See if there's any defects or anything like that?
I'm gonna guess that he's started off trying to write either a memento or just like if anyone on fine read this, please tell my family.
famous.
And then the
Well,
writing
epic ballad.
an epic ballad that then suddenly goes. If anyone please survives this, tell them I need scissors 61, 2342 muffins and creamy, and it just collapses.
The well-dressed fighter, or at least appears to be a fighter, to yourself, Jonah Monkey, by the name of Briar,
Okay.
is in the cell with this huge orc. The Knoll, who was in the cell with Cyril, is clutching his arm as if he's been attacked.
He's been bit.
Cyril is, again, not moving. Like I say, the notes strewn around. You could probably get a peek at them yourself, Ishak. Not Ishak, sorry, that's the NPC. Briar.
Well, I take it Cyril is dead.
Mike, do we have all our stuff on us, or?
You have whatever you hid away. Your armor has been removed if you had any.
Okay.
So I'm naked. Excellent.
The fighter looks to be a woman who is the sort of fairly old. Basically goes, that's not good. He's been that little one's been gibbering and biting people all night.
Zacharias looks uncharacteristically sorrowful at this. Cyril is literally the only member of this group he feels any remorse for.
Notes trail along the line of something like, that Knoll looked angry, so I bit him. Itchy and tasty. Things like that, and it just goes off onto strange tangents.
Hang on, the one was in my cage.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a Knoll in your cage who's grasping at his arm as you're trying to look at the door.
And Cyril's dead.
Cyril's
You haven't-
twitching.
in fairness, Karen, you just went straight to the door, not checking anything.
No, I saw a weird twitching person. I'm trying to get out because I think they're zombies.
Mike,
Let me.
One thing, if I was to as Briar try and guess what happened to him, is that an insight check, medicine check, or investigation?
You can make an insight, but it'll be a disadvantage.
Okay, so that's
Edok and Zacharias, you're in a cell with two possibly former town guards or perhaps mercenaries. They're very big, beefy fellows, but they're currently unarmed themselves.
that's it.
They're humans and they look very angry for the situation. Likewise, in the cell with you, Lucas, there is an elven man and a human woman. No, I apologise. Elven woman and a human man.
is the other woman hot?
It's
So
a
the
9.
NPC that was in my room, is she hot?
She is, yes.
I'm gonna kneel before her, flick back my hair. Worry not, my lady. We will escape this ordeal together. Know that Lucas of the fair song will see you through.
She seems very clingy and very impressed, mainly because of act of her desperation. Her husband, however, doesn't take too kindly to that.
Oh
do
no.
exactly the same speech to him. Worry not,
Make a
great man.
charisma roll.
Charisma. Is it a save?
Yes.
Or...
Zacharias
Is it a
looks
charisma
over.
check? Is it?
Zacharias looks
yes.
over.
Do I add my proficiency of that?
You may do, yeah.
You're either going to get punched in the face,
Bang!
or you're going to end up in a very strange.
You're gonna end up in
Get
bed
down
with him.
his leads, and he straddles your other leg.
Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna press them on my algorithm.
Wow! Wow!
Love knows no gender.
So here you go. Here you go, guys. The power of Lucas.
Suddenly we're in the Legend of Korra.
I mean, you do realise that you're in a cell and probably going to be tortured. It's probably not the best time or place to be getting up to antics like that.
I think that's the best.
It might be your last time.
That's fair enough, yeah.
I put it on Lucas to charm the goblins.
Yeah. Basically, I'm gonna uncurl them from my body so I can actually move and sort of put them in a corner. Stay here whilst I deal with this.
Speaking of which, Zacharias looks over at this new older tough-looking woman and has on his face a look that suggests, see, these people are insane.
Brian just shakes the old woman just shakes her head.
Is there any chance that I know these two potentially former town guards?
Yeah, make a knowledge roll, but with advantage. And they should do the same.
What does knowledge come down under?
Just intelligence.
Also, when I was rolling my investigation earlier, my disadvantage was a 9, so I presume that failed.
So my
Yeah, you
intelligence is +0, so is that just a straight D20?
Yes, it would be, yeah. You haven't seen anything similar to the effects that are befouling Cyril currently.
That is fair enough.
The terms of these two guards, they definitely bear the insignia of town guards, possibly convoys. You don't know them by name, but eventually when you ask them, they do give you their names.
Okay, can I ask them what their names are?
Paul and Eddard.
Say Bull as in...
Paul.
I think it was Paul.
Oh,
wasn't it?
Paul. And Eddard.
Eddard.
Right, Mike.
I was about to be like, I would give my right ball to be out of this cell.
Hey.
Fine.
Lucas, you are eventually informed through Loving Embrace that the names of the people next to you are Anna and Finn.
Anna, that's a strong name. Finn less
And
so.
Finn.
But in all seriousness, can you pop up the location of where the key was on the wall?
Yes, it's in the corner near the fire pit.
So around here.
Yes.
Right.
I'll give you a quick descriptor of these people. Finn's wife, actually Anara, not Anna, I apologise. She actually looks quite capable, upon when you kind of charm her, she reveals that she's in fact hiding a kind of slightly glowing dagger in her shoe.
Glorious.
Nice.
The male, he still looks capable. He looks more of a trader.
Right.
Finn looks more like a trader than he does anything else. Eventually, he tells you that the guards were hired by him to escort him through the trade road. The two guards, Eddard and Paul, are both humans guards. They would be capable if they had their gear, but they don't currently. Ishak, the orc, he's just been glaring at you guys the entire time. He doesn't say anything.
Pretty
He
rude.
doesn't speak. And the gnoll is currently grabbing at its arm. It looks like it's been attacked or possibly beaten by the guards at some point.
Right, Mike. This dagger that she's got in her boot, do I feel as if, with my skill in sleight of hand and my background of thievery, do I feel as if I could potentially pry this door open or unlock the lock?
You feel like it would definitely be possible.
I would like to, look, my love, my dear, my sweet, my sun, my moon. May I borrow that dagger so that it might free us from this steely confine that shackles our love.
My person I've just met 5 minutes ago.
Love is not
Make a persuasion.
with advantage, surely, since she's cradling me so tenderly.
You best make sure your shirt is undone. It might not work otherwise.
Just a straight roll.
That's boing.
She looks at you, kind of reluctantly hands you the dagger. And
Sweet.
I need it to defend myself from my husband, she tells you, and she gives you it.
Really? Oh, that doesn't bode well with me. I slit her throat. Leave Finn alone. I will attempt to pick this door.
Whilst he's doing that, would between the three of us, myself, Eddard, and Paul, obviously we're fighters, so we're probably pretty well off in the strength department. Would we be able to pull one of the bars free or bend it slightly enough to get one of us out?
When you suggest this, they're certainly willing to try.
I got a 20.
You place the blade between the locks, and you feel a kind of shift in metal. And eventually you see what looks to be the lock fall and hit the floor.
Can I try to do a dex check to grab it before it hits the floor?
You may do.
Okay.
I'm doing a thing.
You partially prevent it from falling, but it still does.
Does it make less of a noise than it might have?
You hear a kind of commotion in the background for some time, but then it fades.
Well, wasting no time, I'm going to open up this door.
Yes.
And I'm going to move over here as stealthily as possible. Get the keys.
Unlock my cage first, because it's
To-
the nearest.
To the town guards in my cell, I don't need a physical component to cast Firebolt. So I could theoretically, if I was very quiet about it, soften the steel.
Yeah, you could damage the steel, certainly. The firebolt, again, it's a very small amount of fire.
Yeah.
It's going to explode as well, right?
It wouldn't necessarily explode. You would damage it, certainly.
Okay, and is it amazingly loud?
It's not incredibly loud. It's a minor spell. It would
Okay.
certainly make noise, especially when it came to the fact of Eddard and the other one attempting to bash it down.
Right. I'm trying to think if there is a way that I could minimize the amount of noise I cause, and then let the guards just have at it.
Even the cage is free now.
Right. These three are already free, so I'm gonna take my chances.
Okay.
Do I do an attack roll?
Hayron, make a perception. And I guess Briar as well.
Perception. Let's see.
Yes.
What would that be? Perception. That's +2. Okay. Okay. So first roll. 8.
Briar, from your perspective, all of this is very distracting. But you're just waiting for the keys to be passed to you so you can escape.
Oh, hurry up already, you show-offs.
Hayron, behind you, you sense that Cyril is standing. And,
Oh, shit.
And awake.
Does he make any type of noises?
I'm gonna.
Begun
meantime-
to approach you.
In what type of way? A shambling way? A walking way? Does he go, "Arrgh"?
Mike, am I
All
able
coming
In
up
a,
his face?
in a non-stereotypical zombie way.
In the meantime, I'm gonna roll my attack on the bards.
Does he look normal?
Again, he's a dragonborn. He's never quite looked normal to begin with.
I'm going to slowly start. I'm going to unlock as many cells as I can, sort of in no real rush, trying to be as stealthy as possible.
Make an initiative roll with me, Lucas.
Hang on. As a free action, can I try to speak to Cyril, see if he's okay?
Yes, you can. He doesn't reply.
And out of this sequence, I'm just rolling my attack on the bars.
Okay.
God, my initiatives have all been bad today.
So you do make it to start unlocking the bars, but not before Cyril digs his teeth into the knoll.
That's fine.
The knoll lets out horrific screams, and it shrieks, which can be heard down the corridor.
Right, so I'm going to unlock this door, but I'm going to say to anybody inside, don't open it, we'll just pretend that we're in here. And I'll go move the clock quickly, and I'll unlock as many as I can, save us.
As you unlock my cage, I'm going to swing it shut behind me.
Yeah. Make a dexterity check to try and lock it.
I won't be able to.
I'm taking the keys with me.
Yeah, he's taking the keys.
In which case, you have a certain amount of time before he's done with that thing.
Well, I'll slam it shut and try to use the stalls to just jam it slightly.
I'm just going to keep unlocking these. I'm not going to bother say be quiet anymore, because I can imagine that's...
Yeah, that's shrieking, speeding things up, so...
Well, but slamming
Asara runs towards you, and she puts out her hand for her dagger.
Yeah, I'll give it to her about any... Actually, before that, I'm going to go to give it to him, and I'm going to fucking go up to this guy, pin him against the wall. I'm going to use an intimidate check with the dagger to his throat.
Okay.
Is that Finn?
Yeah. 21.
Alright, he's definitely terrified. What he's saying?
I'm going to lean it up against his throat. I want it to be sort of just drawing a thin line of blood. I said, if I ever even hear or even sense that you are beating or mistreating this woman, I will do such things that you will never know joy again. I will follow you unseen in the shadows. I will crush any glimpse of hope or happiness that you feel. I will dance in your blood and make you play a flute for your own entrails.
What?
Lucas is not.
Okay, if he has to do an intimidation check, he has to get an advantage for that one.
Shit just got dark.
He says nothing except the fact that a small trickle of liquid leaves his trousers.
And then I will slowly pass it back to Anara. Do you say her name was?
Anara.
Yeah, I'll pass it back to her.
She doesn't seem too impressed.
She doesn't have to.
Brian,
I'm getting behind this. I'm getting behind this crowd, and as I pass Karen, nodding toward Lucas, I mutter, "Do you see why I ran?"
Shut the fuck up! I'll kill you next. My character, on the other hand, is going to go back to his cell and close the door.
As she observes this scene, the Ollie just kind of looks at this and goes, "Huh, is this what constitutes a chivalry nowadays? Good."
And I'm just chilling in here. Nothing to see here.
Well, everybody's going back to themselves. I'm going to go into a different cell. Obviously not mine. And be happy.
I mean, we've had character development and insanity on Lucas's part, but
What's Lucas done that's insane?
do I need to even ask? Do I need to even respond to that?
Yeah, I'd like to know. He was merely making sure that he didn't mistreat that woman, yeah. Lucas has acted in complete and utter sanity this session. He's done nothing untoward.
Everyone just laughs.
Tell me one thing he's done that hasn't been insane. He killed
5
the ogres.
minutes ago.
That wasn't bad. That was me telling him that you have to put on a front with these guys. Obviously, I can't do this. Part of being a bard is you need to be able to lie convincingly.
True.
I'm weak as hell. I can't do anything.
Okay, fair point.
But once I leave this place, he might just go back to beating her. I can't have that. Lucas cares for women.
Fair enough. There we go.
But, by the way, Jonan, just so you know, because of my Legend of Korra joke, I'm now imagining Brya as looking a lot like Lin Beifong.
Close to that, yes.
Everyone is released from their cells, The knights, or the guards, they run to a small cache of items that were kind of tauntingly left outside, and they pick up what looks to be a small amount of weapons and armor.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, in which case I'm gonna...
Yeah.
Bria,
I just want my cane. That is all.
Brian just goes through the weapons, feels a smile of satisfaction comes to her face as she manages to get a longsword. Then just looks around and goes, does this cane belong to anyone?
Zacharias hastily grabs it and nods his acknowledgement of thanks. This thing is the most expensive thing he owns.
Ishak, the orc, just watches all of this and says nothing. As you guys finish picking up your items, the door swings open of the far right cell, and Cyril emerges covered in the blood of that knoll. It's just picked it apart. Sounds of running from the left as two figures with huge axe-like weapons run to ambush you. As the first game closes, we rejoin our remaining heroes in the second part of this adventure. So far, the group has just broken free of captivity as Cyril fell to a zombie plague, and Lucas braved on alone to find help. We rejoin Sven as Zacharias, Gordon as Karen, Panther's Edok, and Jonan now playing Briar a Paladin. And so, the story continues.
Where are we? Oh yeah, people are arguing.
Yes, Finn has put his foot down for the first time, and he doesn't want to move his people forward.
For the first time.
Not at least until there's some clear way ahead of you guys.
Do I hear any of this going on, or?
You can get involved in the conversation if you wish. Currently,
Did
you're
he
about...
put his foot down even after I slapped him really well?
Yeah, that was...
You come in with a big slap, and he steps behind his guards, who then unsheath their weapons.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna roll a persuasion check to talk the situation down.
Right.
He should be used to being slapped. We just had Josh do it last time, and he crapped himself.
25.
Wow.
Why did I roll a d6 as well?
It wasn't any better.
They sheath their weapons again, but as it stands, they're looking for you guys to clear the way ahead before they proceed.
Okay, I'm going to roll another persuasion check before I launch into this speech I've been thinking of. I'm going to see if I can have them at least follow behind us so they don't get murdered. 24.
Finn nods and agrees to that and said, "We'll follow behind you."
Okay, and just to get this out of the way, since Zacharias is. Since I've actually been planning something to say for once, and Zacharias is trying to both talk this situation down and persuade them to come along, he shouts over this ruckus something like, "That's enough! Now, you gods and you merchant types can follow us if you like. I'm not sure if moving forward will save our lives, but I'm bloody sure that staying here will put an end to them, and soon."
The merchant finally kind of steps to a standing position where he's not really cowering, he's not really looking aggressive, but he kind of just slowly nods. Eventually he picks up Anara partially, and they make a position to move forward.
Jolly good. Now, shall we?
Is there a way I can talk to just our party members without anyone sort of overhearing or eavesdropping?
Yeah, you'd have to physically move away.
Oh, everyone's everywhere, aren't they?
Yeah, well, we're all going to be marching ahead of them, so I'm sure you'll be able to in a few minutes.
Okay, that's a good point.
I'm going to put myself somewhere in between big beefy paladin and big beefy orc.
I'm
The
going to
orc,
attempt to the front if I can.
The orc watched the whole thing unfurl with a kind of slight grin.
As we walk forward,
I think.
as we walk forward, Briar looks back at Akarat and goes, there's hope for your group yet.
Do I
I
still
like
have
to
my
think so.
torch on me?
Yes. The corridor turns round to the right, at which point it moves forward and then again out of sight.
Okay, I'm just gonna march towards this corner and then just hold here, see if I can hear anything.
Make a listen check.
That'd be perception, right? Okay, so that's +2. Of course.
Your old failing ears fail you.
What's that?
What's that, Sonny?
As a
You
ranger, I'm
sort
going
of
to
put it
try
out
to
the wax.
scout the front out slightly, stealthily just moving forward. Past our bloke to look round the corner and listen to whatever's going on.
Anyway, Gordon's got 23 perception, so...
Okay, at the far extent of your hearing, you can pick up some slight conversation. It is in Goblinoid, although it's too far away for you to pick out any particular words. You think that's coming from the far left.
Okay, I'm going to tell the person next to us, who's a bit deaf.
What is that?
What's that, Sonny?
People in the far left. Don't make too much noise.
Very well.
I'm just gonna ho-de-do up a bit.
If it makes it... I never... It's bad. It's... Your ranger abilities are probably better for this. Lead the way, young man.
I'm just going to, whilst everyone's a bit grouped up here, just issue a slight bit of caution against the people behind us. Because I reckon that someone might find themselves with a knife in the back. I reckon.
Brian maintains position, holding the shield, and decides not to admit to anyone that part of the reason she let Kay go first is she can't actually see any further forward, so...
I might as well just to try to stealthily find out where they're coming from.
Again, you pick up voices to your far
Jeez.
left.
Critically so.
Ooh.
Oh my god, twice?
So is anybody going to follow up behind me a bit?
I will just literally...
I'm just gonna stick to the very margins of Edok's torchlight.
You sense there to be a number of them. And
I'm
that
gonna
would
come
be
up
towards the left.
to
But they're
the
still
corner.
quite far from you.
Do I see anybody on a nearer? Can I perceive anything like that?
Audibly, you do hear the voices from where you are now, and they come round to your left.
Can I tell what they're saying?
It's just idle chatter.
So nothing would indicate where their mates are or anything like that.
No, it's irrelevant information to you. Something on the subject of, I hit that one fin last night. It was really fun.
Pow, right in the kisser.
Yeah. I'm gonna eat that orc. Things like that.
And this is to the left, so
To the far left, it's still a way away. Voices are quiet, echoing through the corridor.
I'm going to go back slightly, tell people what's going on, and then we could turn right to maybe avoid these people, unless everybody feels brave to kill them all.
Well, it depends who they are. If they're those hobgoblins, we're going to have a tough time.
He audibly sighs and goes, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not strong enough to take on any more goblins right now. Best take the safe route for now. Ensure the safety of the group. And he apparently vanishes into a wall.
Yeah.
No, just walking around slightly.
Okay.
That corridor goes straight ahead for quite a while until it tunnels down, going right.
Do we have anybody who's any good at detecting traps, really? Other than me?
It's pretty well just you, I think.
Oh.
Lucas is staying behind looking after the others, so he can't fonz it this time.
By chance, is he following us at all?
He's taking a lot of care and he's helping Anara walk currently.
Ah, fair enough. So every, say, 20 feet, I'm going to check for traps.
That will considerably slow you down. It will mean there's quite a high chance of you being discovered along these pathways.
The
Okay.
real question is, how do they expect people to escape from the cells? Because if they don't expect people to escape, then they're not going to be putting traps. But then again,
Exactly.
It's not uncommon for goblinoids to leave traps in their own lair because they know they're there. They're mainly to keep away attackers.
I guess technically I'm the bulky one, so if you want, I can lead in case people attack and you keep an eye on perception, so we'll go.
Yeah.
You hear Ishak grunt in approval at sending Bria forward.
Yeah, if you go about 5 feet in front, and I'll just keep perceiving everything around us.
Okay, so heading this way.
I'll just sort of move up to the corner there.
Should I go any further or no?
Yeah, let's all try to see how far we can go for a minute.
Okay, so I'm gonna take another few steps forward.
Bria dex save.
Oh god.
Here we go.
Oh come on!
Oh.
From your perspective, Bria walks kind of halfway onto that section of ground, and the ground around her starts to crumble and starts to break apart. In true Roadrunner cartoon-style fashion, she turns back to you and does a little wave, at which point the ground stops. She looks down at her feet, seeing a drop, and falls.
I'm so sorry, Jonan.
As she falls, she yells out, one of the other few orc phrases she knows, which is basically the orc equivalent of fuck.
As Bria falls some 20 feet to the ground, you hear what sounds like in the distance a kind of bell. A little ding.
Oh.
Oh shit.
I'm going to suggest, if anybody's got a rope to pass it down, but otherwise, we go back into the hallway slightly and try to defend that bit.
10 points of bludgeoning damage, Bria.
Alright, so... Okay. I'm gonna use, I have an ability, lay on hands, so I'm gonna use that to restore 5 hit points to myself, and that should bring me up to 15.
Does anyone actually have rope on them at all?
I'm pretty sure every explorer's pack comes with rope.
I'm checking if I have one in my priest kit. I doubt it. But...
We didn't have it taken off us, did we?
No, most of your basic gear was left available.
Oh, fair enough. I'll sling my rope down then.
Okay.
We'll have you guys to do this in turn order, so I'm going to refer to the initiatives from last time, going from Briar. So currently we're at Edok.
I don't have rope or an explorer's pack or anything. So.
Okay, Kieran, you're up.
I'll throw me rope down.
Cool. So currently, as it stands, you would be having Briar climb up back to your side.
I'm going to try to hand a bit of the rope to the bloke behind me to help pull the big paladin up, really.
Do you accept, Edok?
Of course.
Yep. In which case you can have advantage on a strength check, Kieran.
Can I help in any way at all? Will I be climbing up?
You will be doing
Just
a
don't
climbing
wriggle.
check.
Okay, so roll... Would that be plus strength then?
Yes.
Alright, roll d20 plus 20. Can I actually get a decent roll, please?
Looks like it.
Ah, that's better.
Okay, so currently the rope has been held strong and you're able to get about 10 foot up the rope.
Am I rolling for anything to help?
No, you're giving advantage to Karen.
Okay.
Zacharias, your action.
I'm just going to point myself toward this corridor and hold my action to put a firebolt in someone's eye.
If someone comes down the corridor, you're going to attack.
Yeah. If I see any hobgoblins, they're going to be set on fire.
Back to you, Briar.
I will continue climbing out the rope.
Yes, climb check.
Oh,
Can we just treat that as a 20?
Oh.
really?
Because you're wearing such heavy armor, you're not really benefiting yourself in a way when it comes to climbing. In fact, what armor are you wearing?
Chainmail.
Is that medium or is it heavy?
Heavy.
Heavy. Oh, damn it.
Heavy armor gives you disadvantage on climb checks.
Oh, really?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so roll. I doubt I'll get anything lower than that, but.
Presently, you have already fallen back into the pit.
Oh, god damn.
It could always be a 1.
I suppose I better be honest. Really?
So, at which point you have sort of slipped down back to the bottom.
At least you haven't taken any falling damage.
Try me.
Edok, your action.
Is Bria still holding on to the rope? Could they attach it to themselves somehow so they won't have to slip down again?
She could attach it to herself, but she's still got to climb, which is still.
What if we're pulling her?
Yeah, if she just attaches to herself, we could just pull her like straight up.
You could do that. The DC will be higher. It is doable.
That'd be
Don't
better,
break
because...
the rope.
What was that?
Don't break the rope.
Bear in mind, you also heard a bell go off.
I was going to say, the quicker we get her out, the quicker we
This
can...
is time sensitive.
Yeah, we're going to have to try to pull her out, and if we can't, we're just going to have to leave her down there until we fought off whatever's coming at us.
If it doesn't work, I'm back up myself.
So is she still holding on to the rope currently?
She's still holding the rope currently.
Alright, can I then try and pull her up?
You can, yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
As you do so, you feel the rope slip from your hands. Fortunately, Kaven is still holding it. Kaven, make a strength check. Comically, as you guys begun to hoist Briar up, the weight was simply too much for you. Edok loses his grip first, and then with the whole of the weight on just yourself, Karen, it slips through your fingers again, and the rope lands at the bottom of the pit. At which point it goes to you, Karen.
I'm going to just try to... Can you take a move and then hold your action?
Yes. You lose the move, obviously, but...
Yeah,
you
I'm
can
going to
still hold your
move to
action.
there and just ready my crossbow in case something comes towards me.
Yes. Zacharias, your action.
Edok, are you still gonna try and pull her out of that hole?
Well, being as the rope is now at the bottom of the hole and a bell went off, I'm thinking I'm probably going to do what everyone else is doing and ready up in case we're accosted.
See, the thing is, I have an adventurer's pack, and that comes with another rope. In fact, a 50-foot rope. I just figured I'd let Karen handle it because he had an adventurer's pack too.
There's nothing even for us to anchor the rope on this end, is there? It's just corridor.
Well, you have the option of doing it to yourselves, or you could try and hammer it into the ground.
That'd make a lot of noise.
If someone has a climbing spike or something like that, they could do it.
Yeah, that's not happening for me. I just happen to have rope.
I only have priest materials.
Is there any way that Bria could still support us from down there with some sort of
Bria could certainly try and climb out by herself, or she could try and throw the rope back.
Well, Bria, I think if you throw the rope back on your next turn, and I'm going to prepare for... attacks.
I'm gonna use
Prepare for foobar.
as per since this is encounter for her to do. Just get oh, don't worry about me, you fools. They'll be on us any moment now.
Zacharias calls back down. Good, you're on your own, miss.
Always have been.
I will use my bonus thing, my second win, to roll 1d10 plus 2 to regain some hit points.
Not bad.
That's gonna at least hopefully keep me up a bit longer.
You know, Ian, for the fact that you were given a character, I'm really liking how you're playing your character.
So, Zacharias, you ready yourself? I assume?
Yep.
You can now hear marching around the corner. However, at this point, they haven't come to you. The sounds of war cries are in the distance. Certainly more than what came before. Briar, your action.
Okay. I have a proficiency in athletics. Is that going to help in any way at all in this situation?
Yeah, you'd, unfortunately, because of your armor, you'd still be at disadvantage.
Right.
Better than nothing.
Yeah.
It's the one flaw about being armored and metal up.
Yeah, basically.
It makes
Okay.
physical task difficult.
Right, so in that case, let's see. Part of me is tempted to pocket the rope, but I don't think it's going to help, so I'm just going to try climbing up again. Let's see. D20, so it's disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the first one. It's probably,
Already not looking great.
yeah, I figured.
You put your hands into the dirt, but all you pull away is soil and earth.
Ah.
You just can't seem to get out. At which point, you can see those same red, human-sized goblins, the hobgoblins which you discovered earlier, emerge around the corner. Fortunately for you guys, Ishak is the closest, and they're bearing straight towards him.
Good, he's burly and I don't trust him.
Kieran and Zacharias, you had ranged weapons you were holding for. You may use them.
I'm going to shoot the first one I see. And fail.
They came around the corner with frightening speed, and you're just not able to recant the words as quickly as you wanted to, and it doesn't come out. Gordon, you let loose a bolt from your crossbow, but it just deflects off their armor as they come charging in. Ishak himself goes for a swing.
Holy crap!
Wow.
He quite literally cuts the first one in two as it comes into him. It just splits in front of him to a large roar and a grin.
And a tornado appears.
That really ignites the fury in the eyes of the rest of them, and they focus the next attacks all on him. Right. 2 misses, 2 hits.
Oh dear.
At least none of them were criticals like on poor Edok.
Did a number on me.
20 to be precise.
Hey.
In fact, I think the damage was, what now? 35?
It wasn't Edok's best day, that's for sure.
Nah.
The physical damage from the weapons comes into him. It doesn't seem to faze him that much. But then with a kind of martial advantage, they pummel him into submission with just a military form of discipline. They all strike in the right places and bring him down.
Oh jeez.
He was good while he lasted.
Now, is he dead, or just on
He
the
is
floor
currently
incapacitated?
dying. So
He is-
you, in terms of game rounds, if you were to try and save him, you have 3 rounds, assuming that goes well.
Well, 3 rounds for guys that we have to hit like an 18 or a 19 to actually hit. Oh god.
Head off. Your action.
Trying to weigh up my options. Can either call for help from the yellow bellies down the corridor. Not that they're gonna do much.
If you're feeling really brave, you can try jumping over this pit.
I was thinking that, but then again, it leaves
It is doable.
2 of our party members the next targets, doesn't it?
What? One of 2, in fact, both of whom are very squishy.
Exactly. Being as my character's of the noble birth and believes in heroism and protecting others, I will selflessly cast myself into the fray to buy the others time to do what they're going to do.
Yes.
And attack this guy who's now right in front of me.
Okay.
Come on, 20. Come on, 20.
Not enough. As you come in and you slice towards his midsection, he brings up a shield and bats the attack out of the way. Kieran, your action.
I'm going to come up and try to stab the bloke to help my fellow man.
Bloody hell.
You come in and you slice your blade between the armor plates to do damage. He howls and it kind of goes high pitched towards the end of it and he drops backwards. He's, however, still there, just barely. That brings us to Zacharias.
I am going... Would it be a persuasion check to try and persuade the guards to come and help us not be murdered?
They will almost certainly be getting involved. They're just a fair bit behind currently.
Okay, fair enough. In that case, I'm going to dodge around here and take up position vaguely behind my companions and I will throw a firebolt, as I am wont to do.
Yes, they will get partial cover for that.
In that case, I won't do that immediately. I'll save my move action.
Okay, that is correct.
Okay, would they still be in cover at this point?
No, because Ishak is on the floor.
Okay. I am going to see if I can angle a firebolt right into the hole in that guy's codpiece.
Oh, God.
Very well.
I angle a shot right into the hole in that guy's codpiece.
So you do. As his loins start to kind of smoke and cinder, he simply slumps onto the floor.
And just for posterity, he's very dead.
I guess you could say he was hot.
You could say his sex is on fire.
Lucas the Bard already playing that tune.
You could say his loins were burning.
Raya, your action.
I am going to get out of this pit while it kills
So
me.
help me God.
It slowly
Schraub
falls
in
off
this
the
case.
water.
So close. It is, however, a disadvantage.
Oh God, right, yeah, keep forgetting.
Roll a 20, please.
But well, at least anything higher than 15, that would be nice. Ah!
You start to kind of get halfway up, but you just slip back down through the dirt.
Okay, as a bonus action, I probably have no idea. I probably can't see anyone, can I?
No, not from your perspective.
Yeah, curses. I was gonna try and use Shield of Faith, but then thinking about it, it says I can do it to any creature I choose that's within 60 feet, but at the same time I probably can't see them, can I?
Yeah, but you still know they're there.
No, you need a visual sight for the spell to work.
Could she see me? Because I'm right at the edge.
Unfortunately, you're 5 foot from the edge.
Okay.
So her perspective, it goes 20 foot up, and then there's just black.
Okay, as a bonus action, and I'll just yell up, "What's going on up there?"
Hobgoblins, that's what.
Cue orcish swearing.
At which point, Lucas tries to get a cheeky heel in on Ishak.
A cheeky heel.
Like cheeky Nando's.
Oh god.
He brings him up. Ishak, looking incredibly injured, immediately steps backwards, provoking an attack of opportunity.
Oh god. Why, Ishak? Why?
Oh,
And he most likely goes back down.
stay down, you green idiot.
He revived me on meat shield for 2 seconds.
Wow. He's on
So
one.
He's just able to retreat, and he stumbles back
Into the
to the
hole.
edge of the
God.
pit.
Does he ignore the fact that he's going backwards and falls into the hole?
Oh god.
He attempts to feebly lower himself down,
Did you?
What the hell?
Okay.
like a true
Is-
hero.
Can I shout to him? Is that a free action? Can I do that?
Yeah, do you speak Orc?
No, but
You can definitely shout at him.
I'm pretty sure he understands common. He's been giving us the evil eye.
I
He
do
hasn't let
speak.
on if he does speak common.
Well, I'm going to shout to him anyway and be like, "You best be planning to throw her back up here."
In my case, I look up and I instantly yell something. Yell something in Orcish along the lines of "What the hell?" and implying that he lacks any kind of suitable instruments. I should mention, and just to clarify, the only kind of Orcish Bria actually knows is insults.
What a strange
best
thing to know.
She used to fight them a lot, basically.
Make a intimidation.
Old ladies are good at that.
What, insults or intimidation?
Both.
Hopefully she's better at climbing out.
Yep, barely.
He looks frustrated. He looks like if you'd been a bit weaker on the delivery, he might have even considered giving you a nudge with his fist. As it stands, he just kind of takes it and doesn't say anything.
Shakes it like a bitch.
Is he still going down the pit?
He still went down, yes.
Okay, in that case, Zacharias from the safety of the ledge will call down, that hobgoblin had more nuts than you do, Orc.
I translate.
Edok, one attack comes in on you.
And
he gets
West.
a 10.
My AC is 17, so I should be alright with that.
And K, one comes in at you, and he gets 9. Martial discipline failing at this instance, as they've seen one of their number be killed from the groin injury. At which point we return to Edok.
Well, I guess I'll have a crack at the guy in front of me again.
Yes.
I just imagine like one of the orcs, one of the goblins is just saying to each other, "That is something no one should ever have to see."
You come in for your attack, and once again he bats it back at you with his shield and growls angrily.
These guys are pretty tough.
Karen, your action.
I'm going to try to swing at the bloke in front of me.
We've lost an Ian.
You can see a faraway look in the eyes of Edok with that last swing. Like his heart is just not with him currently.
Oh my god, Gordon!
Yeah.
Kay, on the other hand,
That is a hit.
Woo.
Okay, wait, no. I don't think there are any weapons with 19 or 20 threat ranges in.
Not in
5e.
this edition, no. It is nevertheless a hit. You can do your damage. 7 damage. Your attack comes into him, stabs him. It just seems to fire him up a bit. He seems to get quite just lustful at the battle. Zacharias, your action.
Okay. Can I angle a firebolt in between K and that guard?
Yeah, you have a clear line on that guy. He's attacking Eddard and Paul, but they're not really putting up much of a sufficient offense.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that. Yeah.
Your attack comes in, he turns to see it coming and kind of steps back. Your firebolt hits the wall.
Damn.
Briar, back to you.
in that case, I'm gonna try once more to get out of this bloody pit.
It looks like Ishak is going towards the other side.
Okay. Let's see.
The bank on that side is a bit less steep. It looks like you'll probably get out in one roll.
Okay, seeing this, Bria sort of vaguely gets an idea and yells up to Zacharias, "How's the battle looking up there?"
Could be
Not
worse.
amazing.
Funny how I'm the more optimistic of the two of us.
Well, you didn't almost get killed last time.
Brit, you didn't get killed last time.
Almost. I'm still alive.
No, I'm saying yeah, but I was turned into a zombie. Hey, there we go.
Yeah, it's working.
In that case, Bria yells out, "If it looks bad, you might actually be able to cross this pit."
Good to know.
And in that case, I'm gonna try and get up the softer side, just so I'm on the other side of the pit now.
Yes.
Just so I can see what the heck's going on. So roll d20 plus 2. And one more.
Roll higher. Roll higher.
Just like in Chakesi's castle. You get to the top of the summit, but fall down the slope at the last minute.
Continue Orcus swear words.
Yeah, MXC's most extreme elimination D&D challenge.
Ishak puts out his hand and motions for you to hand him the end of the rope.
I do so with my bonus action.
He makes an attempt.
Oh my god, the orc is rolling absurdly well.
He pretty much leaps out of the pit.
So, faintly in the distance, we can hear a Mario jump sound effect.
Did he double jump there?
He unfortunately didn't get that upgrade. The two guards take a shot at the hobgoblin in front of them. Painfully weak, their attacks come in and they do nothing. He takes an attack back at them. Again, the exchange is pitiful to akin to a slap fest. Not a lot again. A total of 6 damage in total piercing. For Kieran. And that's 1.
What does your card say?
He comes to attack you and his weapon flies out of his hand.
That's the fear I cause.
Probably doesn't want to end up dickless.
It ends up to his right. And he uses move action to pick it back up, albeit appearing slightly humiliated.
As he bends over, can I get a attack of opportunity?
No, unfortunately,
Oh,
he's
dear.
not moved out of your threat range. Edok, your action.
I'll go for the same again, I guess.
Yes.
There we go.
That is a hit.
Hooray!
After several practice attempts, finally you're able to find a powerful blow against this enemy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Did
Your
this
strike-
guy already take damage?
No, that was the one to the right of him.
Okay.
You find your strike gets kind of just under his armor plate where his armpit is. You can see blood emanating from his armor, but he's still able to stay in the fight. Karen, your action.
I'm going to stab the bloke in front of me again.
Yes.
Well, you've been rolling obscenely well, so go ahead.
And now you've said it.
That's me knocking on wood.
Ah,
Thanks, Sven. Thank
So
you.
sorry.
that's
It's
gone
a
downhill.
now.
You come in to attack, but so kind of obviously in the way that you come, that he trips you up with his weapon, and you fall flat on your back in front of him.
And
Okay.
with my movement, I'm going to get myself back up.
Out of character, please hold that action, because I have a thing I might be able to do.
Actually, that's even better. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you tell him that. Do you want to do that, Karen? Stay on the ground?
Yep.
Okay, Zacharias, your action.
Because he's on the ground, I'm going to shoot the guy he attacked.
Okay. Unfortunately, he still sees your attack coming in, and with the visibility past Karen, he brings up his shield and blocks it.
And they have 17 armor class. And on that note, I'm going to use my move action to try and maneuver this pit.
So you want to be looking down.
Yes.
Briar, your action.
Okay. So, what has the ogre done with the rope right now? Has he done anything with it?
He's holding it. He beckons you over.
Well, I will take his gracious offer then.
Yeah. As soon as you tug on the rope, it falls limp in your hand, and a big smile comes across Ishak's face.
What a dick.
Out of interest, can I see him up there?
Yes, you can. Yeah, you're basically looking directly at him.
Okay. Just for posterity.
Okay. Can I still attempt to climb even after he's done that, or has that just wasted my turn?
You can attempt to climb, yes.
Okay. I am going to give him the archer's salute before turning around and trying to climb up back towards Zachariah.
Yes.
So the first one, and
I don't think you're going to go any lower than that.
it.
In the terms of Grand Theft Auto, you square circle. So you walk forward slightly and you just plant yourself flat on your face. It then goes to them. Ishak turns around and begins to run. Unbeknown to him, however, he must make a dex save.
Fuckface serves you right.
Another pit opens up on the ground in front of him.
Wait, another pit means another bell.
It does
I
indeed.
think
He
they
does,
are-
however, see it coming and leaps over it.
I will laugh if he just runs into nothing but hobgoblins.
The guards again attempt to make some contribution to this battle.
And fail miserably.
Their attacks, almost the hobgoblin just doesn't defend against their attacks. They're so weak that it gets that off his armor and even the thick plating of his skin. In return, he sends an attack onto Eddard, and he hits him.
I think the generic guard might have just got an axe through the face.
Right, so he's done his HP and damage before the martial damage.
Eep.
Yeah, he simply carves through Eddard completely.
And so he goes in the way of his namesake.
Seemed to put a bit more of a fight than his namesake, though.
That's true.
Eddard, an attack comes in at you for an 18.
Eep.
9 points of slashing damage. And a further 7 points of martial advantage damage.
Looks like I'm on the ground again.
Suddenly the battle seemed to turn. The hobgoblins ramp up their ferocity to some extent. Karen, attack comes at you. 20, not natural. 3 damage.
Come on, 3. Come on, 3.
And an additional 8, so 11 damage in total. After which, it goes to Edok, life or death.
What am I rolling for this?
Just a straight d20. That's fine. 10 plus.
Okay.
As long as it's succeed.
I'm just about okay. The story of my life.
You're kind of okay.
You're looking a bit beaten, but you're still serviceable. Karen, what are you doing?
I'm going to stab the bloke in front of me again, who's hopefully trying to survive.
There we go. There's Gordon.
Yet another fantastic roll from the ranger. Do your damage.
I hope it's enough to kill at least one of them.
They're both injured at the top.
Well, the good news about this pit is, if they come down, we can just fill them full of misery.
There we go.
That's enough. As you slice into his midsection, he falls backwards.
Can I take a free action at this point? I'm on my way down into this pit.
It's your turn now, anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna shout over. I'm gonna shout over, Karen, run! And I'm going to continue maneuvering this pit.
Okay, are you going to go down, or are you going to go... It's possible to get around the sides, but it's quite difficult.
I'm just gonna go the straightforward route, climb down and go across.
Okay. A simple DC 10 climb check.
Don't fuck up, Zacharias. This is strength, right?
This pit is cursed!
The words of encouragement from Briar echo into your ears.
Exactly.
Just about made it. Getting down is the easy part. As you slide down, somewhat stumbling, you make it to the bottom.
All right. As I make it, I'm going to cross the pit to ready myself to go across, and as I do, I'll mutter to Briar, I'm going to kill that fucking orc.
You and me both.
Briar, your action.
Well, what else is there to do but to try and climb up this side of the pit again, so...
You could get out of bedroll and make the pit your home.
I mean, if the wounded hobgoblins try coming down here, they're gonna die.
I'm just not gonna bother.
Yeah, make it your home. That's
In the roll 20, can your character see the battle?
In roll 20, yes, I can see the battles.
Okay, that's fine, because I was thinking, if the whole of the audience's viewpoint is just you in a pit.
No, thankfully I can see the battle still going on.
Again, you kind of just fumble at the ground, but you've weakened it sufficiently just to tear away pieces of earth instead of climb at this point.
I continue to teach Edok, I continue to teach Zacharias the orc vocabulary in regards to swearing. So.
He raises an eyebrow. He doesn't know what you're saying, but he knows that if he had ever said such things in the presence of his previous employers, he would have been slapped.
In the far distance, a kind of "your mother was a" echoes past. Anara, seemingly not as injured as she previously let on, does now join the battle against this one attacking the guards.
I called it, guys. She's a rogue.
And she hits.
In true rogue fashion.
Seemingly, this little dagger packs a lot more punch than it previously appeared, and she slices him across the face, coming down from his eye and piercing his lip. It's not enough to bring him down, but it weakened the hobgoblin considerably. Paul will now take an attempt.
Come on, Paul. Avenge Edok. Nope.
Not a chance, as his blade just bats against his armor.
This is for my friend! Oh.
The other hobgoblin, wounded, steps up to take an attack on Karen. and he gets 1.
Dropping his weapon again.
He comes up, but the blood is slippery, and he collapses to his knees.
Yeah.
Edok, life or death?
Is Karen just gonna straight up execute this guy?
Yep.
Lucas attempts a heal check, but he does Edok no favors.
He pokes him in
injures
the
him
eye.
instead.
He's trying to get the guts back in. He's trying to, he's trying to deal with it, but without his magic, because he's used a lot of magic so far, nothing is really going on. It's all under control, he tells you in a nonchalant fashion, Karen. You can see a bit of panic in his eyes.
Does he do the comedic pull it out just to push it back in again?
He could, it wouldn't be best for Edok.
Oh, God.
Finish your action.
Yay. I'm going to coup de grace the bloke on the floor.
Yeah, he's not defenseless,
Oh.
so it's just a regular attack roll. You have advantage though because he's down. That's a good one. Give it another
Jesus,
roll just in case you get a critical.
No.
No. Okay.
Thank God
he's
for
down,
advantage.
And you bring your blade straight down to the top of his head. Roll your damage.
I've been forgetting my dueling damage as well.
No, you've included it because you've done +5.
Yay!
That is certainly enough damage as you skewer him, making a hobgoblin shish kebab. He is dead, leaving one remaining hobgoblin who is severely injured.
Brain scrambler.
I'm glad Lucas is nearby so he can sing my epic tales.
Zacharias, your action.
I am going to see if I can't climb out the other side. Thankfully, I don't have disadvantage on this. Doesn't matter, though.
I told you, Pit's curse.
Except if you're an orc.
Okay, I think we've got Ian again.
So that was really weird. Like, everyone just went super quiet. I was like, hello?
So that was a natural 1, was it?
Yes.
Yes. Fortunately, you don't get too high before you scramble down. It does look quite embarrassing in front of Bria to just land face first into the mud. You have certainly decorated your armor and cloak during this, but nothing significant.
Bria
Zacharias is just cursing in Infernal right now.
And Bria just gives him a look that is a mixture of pity and companionship.
This is going to be the start.
Bria, it's your action.
Okay. This is the thing. I'm trying to decide which way to go because the left is where the action is, but then again, everyone seems to be, but that almost seems to be finished. And then on the right-hand side, well, I guess I didn't really see that there's a pit, so I guess I'll just climb up this side anyway. So
You did hear the bell, though, so you'd probably know there was some type of trap.
Yeah,
That's
Zacharias will be able to tell you that he saw that.
okay, so in that case,
And I will do.
yeah. So in that case, Priya just quickly asks, "All right, which way, right or left?"
Right, safer, but there's another pit. That orc triggered it.
Oh, wonderful. Right, better take the path for less pits, and I do a climb that side, so... Okay, and...
And you just walk straight into the wall.
Ah!
At the
Will
point at
weakness
which it's
upon
been-
us.
You've just given up climbing entirely and you just ran at it. The hobgoblin takes one final attempt to take down this useless guard. To which he does strike his poor leather armor.
Oh dear.
He does that, and the guard collapses to this. Then he attempts to run. So, Karen, you can take an attack of opportunity.
K-Run Hobgoblin Slayer.
Nara goes for a strike but misses.
Oh my Jesus, Gordon.
However, do not. You may
No.
roll your damage,
Take him out.
but I fear it is academic at this point. As he turns and runs, you stab him in the side with your blade, bringing him down to the knees, and then you slit his throat.
Yep,
That'll do.
that happens. Okay, so that ended a lot better than I thought it would.
If it went on any longer, I swear I would have just gone on ahead and attacked the side of the pit level.
You might as well try digging your way out.
Lucas is struggling to revive Edok.
I was going to say, if someone could help me out before I drown in my own blood or something, that'd be great.
Yeah. Can I try to assist him in healing?
Yes, you can make a roll with advantage.
I have a healer's kit, but I'm in a pit.
Hey, with advantage, I may have helped him.
Eventually, you are able to recover Edok to consciousness. He's still not looking very good at this point, but he is able to open his eyes and move around.
I've had better days, that's for sure.
Likewise.
Zacharias will follow that up by saying, "What is going on up there?"
Anara falls helplessly into Finn's arms. Lucas, however, looks around the corner.
By the way, do we hear any more traps going off?
You were distracted during battle. Currently, you don't hear anything.
So we didn't hear any more bells.
No.
Ah, that's fine.
I would laugh if we ever get out of the pit and just look down and just saw like a continuous trail of pits. The orcs.
I would cry.
Every other square. And these
I
hope spikes
that.
in them.
Oh god.
I hope that orc fell into one.
And one just has to laugh a pit because why not?
If he was scouting ahead, he certainly didn't come back. And you get the impression that he wasn't scouting ahead.
Well, I reckon that if we go the way he goes, if he fell into anything, then we'll soon find him.
Well, we've cleared out the room with all the voices, so Zacharias is going to make another ineffectual attempt to get out of this hole.
Yes.
Can I just cool down and ask, is that pit safe? Have you checked it out enough?
Zacharias will legitimately, in a rare thing for him, give you the finger.
Pity I can't see it.
There. Brim and us yells out, we've studied every inch and cranny of this damn pit!
The pit is formidable.
By
Are
any
you
chance,
protected the flank?
could Karen and Edok hold the rope if we threw it back up, and we can try that again?
They could, not in their current positions, though.
Well, you have mage hand, so that might help throw it up, I guess.
Actually, could that lift us out of here?
No, it only carries
No,
3
each
pounds.
hand can only do 5 pound.
Right. Actually, it can hold the rope, though, so I'm going to do that.
It can hold the rope, but the rope would be holding more than 5 pounds.
Right.
Well, at
okay.
least just to get it up there.
Yeah, I'll do that. Mage hand
Yes, you
is
could
a,
certainly levitate the rope out.
Well,
Mage
I'll
hand is
move there
captured.
to grab the rope when it appears.
A small rope monster rears its head from the top of the pit.
a nope rope.
I will grab it firmly with both hands.
Oh, yeah.
D&D After Dark.
Just ask Finley if he'll actually be useful and hold the rope as well.
He's more obsessed with his wife currently than any of you.
I'm going to say, since we're keeping him alive and his guards are now dead, it'd pay to get us to help them out.
If you're not
Wait.
strong enough to pull a lass from a pit, you're no help to me, boy.
Stop calling me that! I'm 57!
If he wants our help, he can pay for it. That's it.
Well, so long as So long as Zadok and Kay are holding the rope, I'll try and make an attempt to get out. I weigh considerably less than the paladin, don't worry.
Yes.
That was not a d20, that was a 20.
And that's why.
As soon as you get about halfway up the rope, you can feel your hand start to slip and rope burn sets in.
Oh god.
Is this pit a boss battle? Is this
It
the actual
might
hidden
as well
boss?
be at this point. You take 1 point of burning damage.
Oh my
This
God.
is how you die.
Cue boss music.
I've
Right,
never seen such a formidable pit.
right, my
I'm
turn.
gonna give it experience.
Are you kidding? Oh no, wait, it's
A 15.
it's still a bloody disadvantage, isn't it?
Yeah.
And finally, and with some trepidation, you reach the tip of the pit and you haul yourself over. For a moment, you kind of feel light as if you're going to fall backwards, but you just painfully tread onwards. Looking back at the ordeal behind you, this sense of sorrow but accomplishment fills you.
Bria closes her eyes and she remembers a distant tune she once heard that went something along the lines of do 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 do.
Meanwhile, please tell me that gets me out.
Yes, you are easily able to escape the pit.
There are words coming out of Zacharias' mouth that would make Asmodeus blush.
I have a feeling that even if it wasn't, Evio would just lower the DC out of pity.
Everyone will just have to leave you behind.
Well, still cursing up a storm, Zacharias will loot the bodies.
Yes.
Bro-
I can tell you that they carried no gold on their persons, but each had a long sword with a kind of semi-serrated edge to it. Although that's kind of a tribal thing, it's more to their keeping. They also had longbows on them, but only a couple of arrows between each other, just enough to fire off a small volley.
Okay, any potions to be had?
No, unfortunately, things like potions, magical items, are very rare in this universe, and by that I mean in 5th edition, potions are much rarer than they were in terms of trying to find. Certainly, if you got out of here and got to a city, you might be able to find a magic shop.
Right. In that case, I think I'll just leave their shit behind.
Yes.
Briar apologizes. It goes, thank you, everyone, and sorry. Then she sees, what's her name? The girl lying in Emily's arms, and then says, I can at least help you with this, and uses lay on hands to give her 2 hit points.
Yes. She certainly looks like she might be a bit more able to fight now, but she still cradles her leg and limps. Make a perception.
Okay.
Can we all do that?
I have medicine check. Would that help?
Yes, you can use that.
Okay, so that would be. So is that on top of the wisdom? Is it?
No, just roll 1 check.
Now you roll well.
If you were a distrusting person, you might think that she was faking it. Like that she wasn't injured at all.
Huh. I say, see, he leans forward to the other saying, "Are you sure? Oh, that leg's injured. Whatever you're hiding, tell me and I can help."
Finn kind of perks up again and says to you, "Are you questioning my wife? Back off, crazy fiend. Get back in the pit where you belong."
Bria just shoots him a look and stares back, and then just says quietly, "I meant nothing by it, but I would say that considering we're all fighting to save your lives, you could show us a little more trust than that.
Well,
I say
that,
let the fools march to their deaths.
tell that to Paul and Eddard. Did you save their lives while you were in that pit?
I'm sorry.
I did.
It was their own selfish fault for getting held back by you idiots.
Bria raised her hand, said, "You're right. We did lose lives in this struggle, and we may lose many more if we remain divided. Please, I beg of you, trust us so we can help you get out."
They say nothing, but they simply move slightly further back.
So
you
are
can
we going
hear-
down this path now?
You can
Yeah.
hear from the distance, Lucas says, "I think I see something."
Zacharias mutters to his companions, "Forget them."
Bria
I'm going
sighs
to
and
reinforce Lucas.
follows them.
Right, that wraps up yet another edition of the unnamed D&D game.
Where we see the Pit 2, The Reckoning.
Yeah, you know something, chums. I've discovered today that the Princess Bride's Pit of Despair was more real than I ever imagined.
See, the thing is, there are pits with spikes in them.
Oh god.
And I don't want to say anything, but you're not that far from another pit.
Oh god damn it!
And with that, I invite everyone who chose to watch this. I hope you enjoyed it, and please catch us next time. And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this pieced together missing episode from what video files remained. And whilst the future is uncertain for many of those who ventured into the caves of chaos, from the unknown, Karen, Eddoc, and Lucas did return to report their findings to Stephen Blaze of the Lord's Alliance. Once cleared, it was clear the Caves of Chaos was a stepping stone for a greater evil. And whilst many questions were left unanswered, there was more work for our heroes to be done. But that's a story for another time, as from this beginning, an epic saga awaits. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.